Here we go. So, welcome to the Lion's Den. My name is Robert Love. I'm a neuroscientist. I specialize in helping people prevent Alzheimer's disease with science. And today we are talking about sugar and the impact of sugar on your brain. So, if you're just arriving, drop your name in and let me know where you're from. And I'd like to know your questions about sugar. Please use your first name when you ask a question. That way I can refer to you. Um, and my desire is to give you as much information as possible with practical steps so that you can, if you want to, this is the choice is up to you, to start eating less sugar, less processed foods, eating more, we'll call them whole foods, and eating healthier forms of sweetener so that you can not only improve your physical health, but also improve your brain health and reduce your risk of Alzheimer's disease and other chronic diseases in the future. All right, we got some other lions here. Roar to you. Amy from Texas. We got Roar, Derek from New York. All right, Gemma looks like Gemma, date sugar, organic sugar. All right, so this is funny. So today on my break, I went downstairs and I ate some dates with some walnuts. Now, this is something that I recommend you do. If you're going to eat something high in sugar, dates are high in sugar, but dates are a whole food, so those are okay. It's good to eat them with fiber. Nuts are fiber. The problem is, I made this mistake. I ate dates before eating the walnuts. So my sugar actually went kind of high. About 30 minutes later, I then yelled at my mother. I was unhappy with something she did, and I was just my emotional regulation was way down. I felt my heart race. I felt my fists clench, and I just felt this anger in my body. And I could feel my voice pick up. I said, "No, listen to me. This is important. This matters. Pay attention." I don't usually, very rarely. I made a phone call, and I still felt my heart elevated. I thought, this is weird. This is not my usual work day. What happened? I believe it was the dates. It was that sugar. Um, so it would have been better if I'd eaten the walnuts first and then the dates. But I ate some dates and then walnuts and dates, and so I think some of them got absorbed into my bloodstream and set my sugar kind of high. High sugar foods high in sugar are emotionally destabilizing. Write that down, underline it, star it. Know this for the rest of your life. If you got kids, notice this. And I've seen this in my friends who have children. I've seen this in adults. I've had family members eat sugar and then just lose their cool at family events. Like, what just happened? It's like, oh, that person ate 2 desserts. They just lost their stuff. So please notice this. And I'm very aware of what I eat and I don't have any junk food in the house. And I mean, dates is probably the sweetest thing there. And dates are pretty good because dates have fiber in them. They're very filling. So sugar is emotionally destabilizing. Me, someone who exercises regularly, I'm in bed 9 hours, so I get really good sleep. I love my work. I love my family. I'm very healthy. I eat very clean. I lost my cool today after eating some dates. Fascinating. So so with that in mind, let's be patient with other people because most people that you're going to interact with do not have good sleep and do not have good health. Half of them are obese, 70% are overweight, most of them poorly, and most of them eat a fair amount of refined sugar. That is going to impair their ability to rate their emotions. I mean, I felt it very much so after one meal that had a fair amount of sugar in it. So let's be compassionate with other people and compassionate with ourselves if you aren't, and be compassionate with ourselves if you aren't eating perfectly. I just want to answer your question, Chipotle. The Omyum bag is definitely 30 servings. This bag, which is the only bag that they sell, is 30 servings. If I can zoom in right there, I don't know if you can see it. 1 teaspoon, 30 servings. See the 3 right up here? That's like an up backwards 3. It's 30 servings for sure. And then it's got a money back guarantee. And so if you buy it and you say, listen, this is too small, just ask for a refund. Seriously, Omyum is so good. It's so good. I just added some to some chia seed pudding I made. And so Chipotle, give it a try if you want. It's really great. And then if you want the really good price, subscribe and then use my discount Love15 and you'll get it for just 33 bucks. It's like $1 a day. Okay. So date sugar. Here are the healthiest sugars. Write these down. I'll give these to you twice. So I'll give you 5 seconds to grab a piece of paper and a pen. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here are the top healthiest sugars from top to bottom. First is allulose. Allulose is my favorite because it's a one-to-one replacement with regular sugar, and allulose is ketogenic friendly. It's 90% fewer calories than regular sugar, and it actually helps with weight loss. There was a study in Korea of obese individuals, and it was a double-blind, placebo-controlled study. People either got a pill of allulose or a pill of something else. Those who took allulose actually lost weight. People given this sugar supplement actually lost weight. That's how cool this is. It helps you regulate your blood sugar. I'm not making a medical claim about it. I'm just telling you what this study found. So allulose, super healthy. When I was making my brain healthy chocolate, allulose was my sweetener. It's awesome. So allulose is number one. It's about $10 a pound. You can find it online. A company I like is Anthony's. Anthony's is pretty good as far as online companies that sell a lot of online sweeteners. Next is monk fruit sugar. Now, monk fruit sugar is very, very powerful. If you're going to get pure monk fruit sugar, it's going to come in a powder or it's going to come in a liquid. I like the liquid because it's very flexible. I can add the liquids to drinks and smoothies, and I like to add just a couple drops. So I prefer the liquid. You can also use the powder. Now, the powder is very powerful. Think of the powder like stevia. It's about half as sweet as stevia. That's a good metric. And as you know, so stevia is about, I think, 100 times sweeter than sugar. Let me bring up our AI friend, and I'll get the exact. I'll see if it knows the numbers. By the way, I made a video sharing this, but I want to be clear that I'm using AI in helping make content because AI is now more powerful than Google as far as answering questions and helping not only write and create content, but also answer questions regarding science. And so I'm collaborating with the AI to give you the very best content, the very best science and information that I can. And I think this is the right thing to do. And it's going to be very interesting what happens with scientific papers. And is it okay to write a scientific paper with AI? And why not? Well, it's not letting me in. Yeah, it's definitely not letting me in. So I think the AI is overwhelmed at this point and too many people using it. Okay. So here are the best sugars: allulose, monk fruit sugar, and then I would say stevia, and then erythritol. The reason I put stevia over erythritol is that erythritol, a lot of people have, some people, not a lot, some people have gas from erythritol. Erythritol, Erythritol, erythritol is a sugar alcohol, and it doesn't agree with some people's stomachs. And then after that would probably be coconut sugar, and then maybe xylitol, which is XYLITOL. Xylitol is actually good for your teeth, and so is erythritol. It actually reduces the risk of cavities, very interestingly. And at one point, I don't know if this is still true, but companies in Europe were required to make hard candy out of erythritol because it was meant to protect the teeth of the children. Very interesting. I don't know if that's still true. So the problem with xylitol that I've noticed is using it in baking is that you can get disaster pants. New Year's Eve, this is probably 4 years ago, I made this ketogenic friendly tiramisu with xylitol. It was so good. And I ate a bunch of it. And I'm sitting at my friend's house. I'm all dressed up. It's New Year's Eve. I'm in a tuxedo. And I'm just running to the bathroom every 5 minutes from eating all of this. All of this dessert. By the way, if you're a biohacker, if you're a self-experimenter, which I encourage you to be, I want you to experiment with what foods work best for you, what's the best time for your sleep, what supplements work best for you, how much water do you need, what exercise works best for you. Experiment, keep a journal. Where's my journal's over there. Keep a journal and see what works best for you. You want to be a self-experimenter because your body's unique. Your genetic makeup, your environmental factors, those are unique to you, and figure out what works best for you. I share what works best for me. I want you to do what works best for you. And in my self experiments, I've taken too much xylitol and prebiotics at night and stayed up with gas. I've taken too much of brain supplements and had headaches. I've had disaster pants from taking too much MCT oil. So this is just par for the course. And so be ready for that. Please be safe. And then, follow the advice of your medical doctor if you're doing anything medical that affects your health. And self-experimentation with food and supplements and sleep and exercise and so forth. It's very important to be safe and do what works best for you, and be okay if something doesn't work out well. By the way, a little trick, I learned this at Burning Man. So Burning Man is the world's largest art and music festival that happens in the desert of Nevada. I think it's the best thing humankind does every year because it's this giant festival where you are the artist, you are the performer, you are the person putting on the festival. And when you go to a regular festival, you buy a ticket, and that ticket gets you um, admission to watch other people perform. Not so with Burning Man. That's a ticket for you to go and contribute. So I run speaker series. I help run speaker series at my camp. I help bring art. Some of the art behind me, art like that, I help bring to Burning Man. So I help bring art and I bring information to Burning Man, and that's what I want to give. Other people bring music. Other people bring art installations. So this is like physical art you can touch and climb on. Really cool. And so other people bring dance and performance. And so I think Burning Man is just a great musical expression. Burning Man happens in the desert, and there are no toilets. Well, there are toilets. They're porta potties, and there are no showers. Showers are few. And so, what do people bring to the porta potty? Wipes. Wipes are so good, so very, very good. If you camp regularly, you know how good wipes are. And so, if you're going to be a biohacker, if you're going to be adjusting your diet, which I strongly suggest you do because you want to optimize your diet for optimal health, having wipes in the bathroom is so easy. As my raw vegan roommate said, well, he's 90% raw, but as my vegan roommate would say, he's like, "Well, do you want to wipe your butt with dry paper, or do you want to wipe it with a moist towelette?" I said, "Moist towelette sounds much nicer." So do yourself a favor, get some wipes for the bathroom. It's so much easier, especially if you're sick with diarrhea or disaster pants. It's so much kinder on your bum than regular toilet paper. Like wipes are so much better. Right. So the top sugars, healthiest, the very very healthiest. My favorite is allulose. It's a 1-to-1 replacement with sugar, followed by monk fruit sugar. I like liquid best. It's just easier to use liquid to mix with things. And then stevia. By the way, stevia goes great in smoothies. Stevia is great in liquids. I find it less good in baked goods. Um, and then erythritol, and then xylitol, and then probably coconut sugar. Beware of using too much xylitol. It can create stomach upset. Um, yeah, and then coconut sugar. I would say those are the healthy sugars. And then just healthy natural sugars are maple syrup and then honey. There's debate around how healthy those are. Grade B maple syrup has some nutrients in it. It's got magnesium, it's got some other minerals in it. A little bit of that is okay. Same thing with a little bit of local honey. You don't want to have too much. Honey is basically glucose. And so you kind of want to avoid eating too much of that. I take that after exercise, and that's okay because my muscles are really hungry for sugar at that point. So you can use it then. After exercise is a good time to eat something that's high in carbs. So that way if you're going to eat something high in carbs, that's the time to do it. So yeah, and questions about those healthy sugars. Top 10 food substitutes. Hi, Carol. Vitamin C and magnesium. I saw a bottle of vitamin C that had magnesium in it. What is that? Here? Tonight? I don't think so. Have I heard of chromium picrate? I have. I don't know much about it, Moonbeam. Eat carbs after exercise? I thought before. I don't eat carbs generally throughout the day. The times I eat carbs, I have a few blueberries in my smoothie, and then I'll have some honey after my workout. I'm not sure what's best for you. You can experiment, see what works best. Carbs after exercise makes sense because that refuels your muscles. If you eat carbs before exercise, I like to eat protein before exercise, kind of like an hour before exercise. So that way protein's available to help rebuild my muscles. I eat carbs after exercise to immediately give my brain energy. Blackberries are great, Laura. Methylene blue is great. Let me know how it works, Robbins. I haven't had it myself. I kind of didn't want to mix the water and stuff. The vitamin C had vegetable magnesium in it. What is that? Carol, I don't know what you're referring to. Are you talking about something I've showed tonight or something in the past? I haven't talked about vitamin C, and I haven't shown a supplement with vitamin C in it. Get organic honey, which has not been sprayed. Thank you, Skywatcher. That's helpful. Not for babies. Yes, Honey is not for babies. Interesting they have to give that advice. I wish they'd say that about Coca-Cola. A dentist told me that some of his patients um, are bringing babies in for dental treatment, and they're putting Coca-Cola in their bottles. Coca if people making honey need to say not for babies, Coca-Cola all sodas, and frankly, all packaged food, right? Anything. Most of that stuff should say not suitable for babies. It's not. Babies are the only thing suitable for babies really is breast milk until 6 or 9 months. I don't know what the exact number is. That's what's suitable for babies, and maybe and I guess water. Feeding them soda is just terrible, and it ruins their taste buds, it ruins their brains. It's bad for their teeth before they come in. Goodness gracious. So Matthew German on YouTube. Yes, I love alpha GBC with aniracetam, and take it with a B complex as well. Truvia is okay. I don't know exactly what's in Truvia. I think I read it once. I think it's a mixture of like stevia and something else. So any questions about those sweeteners? So allulose is the one you really want to get. It's so good. So Carol, just from a bottle of vitamin C that you wanted to order. So there's magnesium in it. So vitamin C is ascorbic acid. That's what you're going to find as the form of vitamin C. If it's got magnesium, that's fine. I don't like to mix my supplements too much in different pills. I like to have one pill for one thing because I want to know how much of everything I'm taking. But that's just me. Not everyone does that. What supplements are good? Angela, can you get too much sugar from fruit? Yes, especially if you juice it. Please don't juice fruit. Juicing fruit gives you all that sugar with no fiber. Fruit is nature's candy, and it's actually been engineered or bred to be extremely sweet. So I read this from Bill Bryson, who has a great book, The Body, and then A Brief History of Everything. Great science writer. I think he's the best science writer alive. Really interesting and really well written. He shared that at the time of Shakespeare, so about 500 years ago, apples were about as sweet as carrots are today. So let's say that's the natural sweetness of apples. So apples are supposed to be about as sweet as carrots. Take a bite of it today, tonight, tomorrow. Take a bite of a carrot and enjoy how sweet that is, and then take a bite of an apple. That's how sweet our fruit has gotten. It's been crossbred to be so very, very sweet. It's unnaturally sweet. And so be careful with fruit. Dr. Stephen Gundry recommends eating fruit in season, which basically means in the summer, because human beings would eat fruit in the summer and actually fatten up. Fructose actually helps put on fat. Fructose stimulates the storage of fat much more so than glucose does. And then during the winter, human beings would not eat fruit. They would eat other things. And then they would burn some of that fat that they accumulated over the winter. So that's what he recommends. I don't know what's optimal, and I don't know what's optimal for you. I think it's a good idea to eat lots of healthy vegetables and some fruits within reason, and definitely don't juice them because that's just a bunch of sugar without the fiber. The fruit is the fiber and the sugar, and that's okay. You can do too much of that. And there's phytonutrients in fruit. With phytonutrients are your plant nutrients. There's polyphenols in fruit. There's a lot of benefits to eating fruit. So especially berries. I like the berries the best: blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. These are rich in polyphenols, rich in nutrients, lower in sugar. Foods like mangoes are really high in sugar, and pineapples. And then for some reason, bananas just don't agree with my system. Some people love bananas. I saw a baby chugging Mountain Dew at the beach this summer. Oh, 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 that's depressing and sad and upsetting. Who thinks that's a good idea? Goodness gracious, that's awful. And that's not good for anyone. That's not good for society. The chances of that baby growing up obese are extremely high. And that means that baby's life is not nearly as good as it could be. And then that life becomes more of a burden on society because they need help. They need more medical treatments. They're more likely to be sick. Really, really terrible. Big food is so corrupt. Warnings on vitamins, but not on chemical additives. Yeah, I hear you. The sweetener Boca, I don't know what that is. Did I talk about how to quit sugar? No, not yet. I will talk about that next. Is stevia natural or artificial? Great question. So stevia is from leaves of plants. stevia has been used in Japan for a very long time, and it's just now made its way over to Western medicine. Okay, I skipped a lot of questions. I'm sorry. Please keep writing your questions, but I'm trying to do my best to like look at them. There's so many. Someone asked a question about my education. There's a link to my profile if you want to read my education in history. I've never gotten sick in the winter because I eat fruit. Okay, great. Juicing vegetables, you can do that. I juice celery. Somebody said, why not just eat celery? You can. It's a lot easier to juice celery. And I really feel the difference. Someone said celery juice is just expensive water. I would advise that person to try it. Try it for 3 days. Try it for a week. I feel the difference, and I can feel the difference in my brain. There's electrolytes, there's vitamins, there's minerals, there's nutrients, there's salts in. I mean, celery is very salty. Don't believe me? Try boiling celery and then take it out of the water. It's salty. It's got some salts in it that I think are really good and hydrating. Elderberry is excellent. Yes, especially for immune system. Okay, so how to get off sugar, right? Let's talk about that for a moment. I drink celery juice most mornings. I'm not 100%. I'm pretty good. So how to get off sugar? One, you need to set up you need to decide that you're going to do it, and and it's very important. I don't like the word need. It's helpful to decide to do it and commit to it. Why? Because once you do that, you can take action that's actually going to make a difference. If you just say, I kind of want to do it, it's not going to happen. I had a friend of mine. We went for a walk. He's a friend of mine from high school, and he's very successful. And we're going through a walk around the neighborhood. He's like, yeah, man, I've been putting on weight. He said, any suggestions? I said, Matt, you're a successful guy and you can afford the best healthcare and coaches around. You don't want to ask me about weight loss. I don't specialize in weight loss. If you were serious about this, you'd go to a specialist. And he looked at me, he's like, you're right. And so I'm like, why do you want my advice? I can help you, but you don't want this. If you really wanted to lose weight, you'd be doing it. You know exactly how to do this. You would hire someone who's really good and have them coach you, and you'd hire a dietitian and a physical trainer, and you'd lose 10 pounds in the next 2 months, and you'd feel great. You don't need my help doing that. You know exactly what to do. So you got to be serious about it. You got to be committed to it if you're going to make a difference, because sugar's everywhere. Sugar is absolutely everywhere. It's really unfair. I don't know how I feel. I feel sad or bad, or I don't know what the emotion is. I feel sorry for people who lack the resources and education to get off of sugar, because sugar is everywhere. And if all you're buying is packaged food, it's in everything. And if you're eating it all the time, it's likely that person's addicted and they don't even know it. And it's harming their health in so many different ways. And it's establishing gut bacteria that like sugar. That's harmful because they drive you to eat more and more of it. And so I feel really sorry for those people, and I really hope they can get off. And so step one, you really got to be committed to it. If you're committed to getting off sugar, put that in the chat. Write your name and say, I'm committed to getting off sugar in the next 2 months. We'll say starting you can start now, but really turn up the heat in January. Not January 1st, but I mean, like, I'm going on August. I'm committed. Awesome. Not yet. Hopefully one day. Okay. Sugar fast. Awesome, Campbell. Committed to getting off sugar now. Awesome, user 8613. Does honey count? We'll say processed and refined sugar. Say packaged sugar. Kim, I'm already on a week. Awesome. I'm committed to stop sugar. Awesome, Julian. Awesome, Flowers. Awesome, Jenny. Awesome, Apollo. Awesome, Laurel Lynn. Fantastic. Sherry, great job. Nikita, I'm sorry, I'm trying to read everybody. Awesome, Wisconsula. RK Lover, fantastic. All right, Desert Rose wants to cut back. Good. Maria's committed. Fantastic. All right, so awesome. So just doing that's a big deal because you committed in front of 242 people that you're doing this. Monk fruit sugar is healthy. I'm saying getting off of refined sugar and processed sugar. B12 injections are fine. I would take a B complex instead. Sharong's already started. JB Mull is in. Monk fruit sugar is a healthy sugar. You can do that. What substitute can I use? I shared that. So the substitutes are allulose, monk fruit sugar, erythritol, stevia, and to some extent xylitol. Xylitol is good. Already committed. Fantastic. Those of you who are committed to getting off sugar, let's do it. Here's what to do. First, get rid of all the processed food in your house. Put it in a big box, give it away. If you don't know what to do with it, take it to a street corner. I'm serious. If you can't do it yourself, have a friend do it. Say, listen, I don't have the willpower to do it. Get rid of all the things in my house that have processed refined sugar. This is probably most things that come in a box, unless it's some sort of organic, healthy food. Seriously, get rid of all your box stuff. You can keep your canned foods. Basically keep healthy foods. Get rid of anything with refined sugar, especially candy, cookies, ice cream. Get rid of all of it and just give it away. So it's got to be out of your house. Next, resolve to eat in your home, probably for the next 2 weeks. If you want to go out for dinner for your Christmas, Hanukkah, the holidays, Kwanzaa, that's fine. Just be careful. So that's the start. Get rid of all the sugar, and I'd recommend bread as well. Bread is a ton of sugar and a ton of salt. Max Lugavere shared that most of the salt in the American diet comes from bread. And so doctors will recommend you not eat salt for blood pressure, but they don't say don't eat bread. They'd be much better to say don't eat bread because that's where we're getting all the salt. So do those two things. And perhaps another key point at the start is talk to the people you live with. This is spouse, these are children, these are roommates, whoever else you're living with. Say, look, I'm getting off sugar. And ideally get them to get off sugar too. It's so much easier. Like if you're going keto or you're going vegetarian, so much easier to do that if the people you eat food with are also doing that same diet. Because I've coached clients on keto. It's very easy for one partner to be on keto and the other one not, and then for them to accidentally serve them rice. And then they're halfway through their rice, like, oh my gosh, this just broke me out of the keto diet. What am I doing? All right, Matthew German's committed. Awesome. So this is important. So your environment matters. So you want to clean up your environment. Get rid of the refined sugar in your house. If it doesn't belong to you, talk to that person or find a way to isolate your stuff with it. I remember my hardest Christmas here. It's here in this house. This would have been 5 years ago. I was off alcohol that year. I was just giving up alcohol for a year to see what would happen. And around the house where there's a bar, open bar set up. So there's bottles of alcohol, which I really enjoy drinking. So there's bottles of alcohol that I'm avoiding. And then there's sugar right next to it. There's chocolate everywhere. Really good chocolate. Like tastes amazing. Made of sugar, but it's just awful for you. So I'm resisting this all day. Anywhere I walk in the house, I'm resisting alcohol and sugar. It was really difficult. So don't make it difficult on yourself. Get rid of the stuff and collaborate with those in your house. Say, look, I want to get rid of sugar. At the very least, I want to reduce it. Can you put your sugar away? The things, please don't leave your cookies out. Please don't offer me any. Make that clear. Please don't put sugar in front of my face. And get their buy-in. Say, hey, I want you to do this too. Husband, wife, brother, sister, whoever, son, daughter. Hey, I want to do this for you too. So let's get rid of the sugar. Let's not bring sugar in. So get it out of your house. Don't bring it back in. Eat the next 2 weeks minimum. I eat most meals in my home. It's just easier to control what I eat. I do go out to eat, and I don't feel deprived. When I do go out to eat, I eat healthy stuff, and I'll sometimes bring a handful of nuts. I'll eat that before the meal to make sure I have some fiber before I eat the food. I'll eat something small before I go out, so that way I'm not starving before I go out. And then I'll bring chocolate, so I can have a chocolate bar at dinner, and not miss out on dessert. And the restaurant, no restaurant has ever complained. I'll also bring my own olive oil to make sure I'm getting healthy olive oil. Restaurants don't complain about that either, especially when you make clear that you're concerned about the quality of most olive oils. So that's what to do. Get it out of your house. Get a commitment from those you live with. Don't bring it into your house. Eat healthy, delicious food in your home. Next, look up some ketogenic friendly recipes. Eat keto sugars. Those are the ones that are going to be okay for you. Those are allulose, erythritol, monk fruit sugar, stevia, and xylitol. You can I make so many delicious tasting things with those sweeteners. It's so good. If you need to, you can use a little bit of maple syrup or honey. But basically, you want to think of the keto sugars. So look up keto desserts and just make those. They're delicious. They really are. And then when you cut out sugar, you'll start to notice that fruit tastes so good. Fruit is an explosion of flavor. Who thinks fruit is just gosh darn amazingly good and delicious? Like who drinks that? It's just so amazing. Coconut sugar is okay. It's not the greatest. It's better than beet sugar. It's better than cane sugar. So fruit's just absolutely delicious, and you get to taste how good fruit is when you don't eat refined sugar. Refined sugar pollutes our. Um, I'm sorry, someone just said they're so attracted to me. I'm so distracted. Asia Maria, your comment just totally distracted me. Thank you. Agave, stay away from agave. Agave is basically high fructose corn syrup. Please stay away from agave. It is a distraction. I wouldn't do date syrup either. Date syrup is also pretty high glycemic index. So glycemic index basically means how high does it spike your insulin and your glucose. Date sugar and agave are very high. Avoid agave. Agave is a trick. It's really unfortunate. Like, you get these hippy dippies who, I like the hippy dippies. They'll say, oh, this is so good. And agave is no bueno for you. So those are the steps to quit. Now, so look up keto-friendly desserts and start making those. They're delicious. I made a recipe for chocolate chia seed pudding tonight. It's really, really good. Hu chocolate. Oh, keep healthy chocolate everywhere. I got some on my desk, got some downstairs. Hu chocolate. I'm not sponsored by them. I like them. They're delicious. I have these all over the place. If I have a sugar craving, chocolate craving, bam. Don't deprive yourself of chocolate. Chocolate's amazing for you. It's amazing for you. Get keto-friendly chocolate. Or Lily's. Lily's is a great company. They're out of Boulder. They were actually just bought by Nestle's or Hershey for $100 million. So these companies are trying to get these healthy brands. So Lily's is good. Hu is good. These are two of my favorite chocolates. Have a lot of chocolate in the house, just in case. There's a great donut company called Keyjoy. Those are friends of mine from Boulder, Colorado. I remember when they were, I met them 2 years ago when they were just starting their business. I said, you have keto-friendly donuts? These are so good. These are going to change the world. People want donuts. Now they're expensive. They're $5 a donut, just like these are $5 a bar, right? So this healthy stuff is expensive, but you can either pay the farmer now or pay your doctor later. I'm paying the farmer now because I want good health now. And the bill's a lot less expensive to pay the farmer than it is to pay the doctor. So that's what you can do. And if you don't want to spend that kind of money, simply make your own desserts. You can make lots of healthy desserts at home. There's so many keto-friendly desserts. And Chad Tackett and I are working on a healthy recipe book, a weight loss recipe book, and I have a couple desserts in there that are so very, very good. So those are the steps. Commit, get the people around you to commit, get the sugar out of your house, don't bring it back in, have healthy foods in your house. So chocolate's easy. So have healthy chocolate. By the way, I'll give you a healthy chocolate recipe you're gonna love. Let me know when you're ready to write it down. I'll give it to you. It's so simple. It's so good. So you have healthy chocolate, then make keto-friendly desserts. That's how to kick the sugar. And if you want to supplement on top of that, get magnesium. Magnesium helps end addiction. Now, it's going to feel hard at first. Why? Because your gut bacteria that eat sugar, they want you to eat the refined sugar. They want you to eat the packaged foods. You have bacteria in your body right now that love it when you eat garbage. They love it when you eat the Twinkies and the Ho-Hos. By the way, I love Ho-Hos. Those are the best Hostess by far. I haven't had one in a long time, but those are so good. They love it when you eat those foods. And when you don't do it, they get mad at you and they have you crave them and they tell you something's wrong and they make you feel bad. Our gut bacteria are actually controlling us. So it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while to get rid of them, to let them die, and to replace them with new bacteria that like the healthy fruits, that like the vegetables. Eat vegetables. Start slowly at first, but eat lots of vegetables. You will get gut bacteria that like you eating vegetables. That makes it so much easier to eat vegetables. Seriously. When I go to the grocery store now, when I look at packaged food, I'm like, ugh. Why? Because my gut bacteria is like, ugh, we don't want that. And I see the vegetables, I'm like, ooh, kale. Ooh, is that cauliflower? Oh yeah. Like my body likes it now because that's what I eat. So you need to recruit the good gut bacteria. And that means not eating the bad sugars. And that means just eating the healthy vegetables, the healthy fruits, and then eat the keto friendly desserts. Okay. So are y'all ready for the dates? Dates are delicious. The challenge with dates is they do spike your sugar. So if you're going to eat dates, eat some nuts beforehand. All right. Are y'all ready for the sugar for the chocolate recipe? I got one yes. I've not always eaten so healthily. When I lived in Vegas, I drank a lot and I smoked cigarettes from time to time. Carob. So Laurel, carob, when I've seen it, it's a good alternative, but there's often sugar in the carob. All right, so here's the recipe. It can be it can be dark chocolate, and it can be regular chocolate. Okay, here's the recipe. It's 1, 1, 1/2. 1 cup coconut oil, 1 cup maple syrup. I'll give you an alternative as well. 1/2 cup cacao powder, organic fair trade cacao powder. I will give that to you again. 1 cup, basically 1 cup fat, 1 cup or 1 cup coconut oil, 1 cup sweetener, which is a liquid sweetener. I wouldn't use honey; it'll be too sticky. So 1 cup organic maple syrup, 1/2 cup cacao. Get the raw, organic, unsweetened cacao powder. So just look for unsweetened organic cacao powder, and fair trade too. Fair trade's important. It means the people that grew the chocolate were actually paid and treated well. Okay, so that's the recipe. I'll give it to you one more time. 1/2. Write those numbers down. And so 1 is coconut oil. Another 1 cup of grade B maple syrup, organic maple syrup. 1/2 cup cacao powder. Now, if you want dark chocolate, do 1, 1, 1. If you want dark chocolate, double the cacao powder. It's dark and delicious, but it is dark. Just to warn you, children don't like that one as much. They like the 1, 1, 1/2 better. I like both. Next, here's how to make it ketogenic friendly. Take 1 cup allulose or 1 cup erythritol and mix that with 1 cup water. Heat that on the stove and cook it down until about half volume, until it's like kind of like a syrup, and then use that instead of the 1 cup maple syrup. So basically, you're making a simple syrup. A simple syrup is 1 part a sweetener, 1 part water, and then you boil it. And so by doing that, you're now creating a ketogenic friendly syrup. You could also get keto maple syrup, or you could also get allulose syrup. Those are a little bit more expensive, probably less expensive than regular maple syrup, but you can get those. But you can also make it at home by simply combining 1 cup of allulose or 1 cup erythritol with 1 cup water. Boil that, cook that down until it's the consistency of a syrup, and then add that. Okay? Any questions about that so far? Xylitol can work. I'm a little nervous about xylitol because I've gotten disaster pants so many times from xylitol. Yeah, there is some cadmium in cacao. It's from the soil. I'm not concerned about that. Some people are. If you are concerned about cadmium, don't eat chocolate. I wish it were simple. There's enough things to worry about in the world. I'm not worried about chocolate. Chocolate, I think, is a savior. I think it's great. Where do you get allulose? You can get it online on the biggest online store. Sugar suddenly makes me have eczema. That's a sign that your body doesn't like it. Don't use monk fruit sugar in there. Monk fruit sugar is too strong, and these proportions are important so that we have the right texture. Okay, so we got 1, 1, 1/2. Now here's how to make it on a double boiler. Double boiler is important because I've burned the chocolate before. On a double boiler, heat up the coconut oil, and I would recommend making a double batch so that we have plenty. Heat up the coconut oil until it melts over like boiling water. That's a double boiler. Then add your sweetener and like whip it with a wire whisk. So add your maple syrup. Use maple syrup the first time just to make it easy on yourself. Whip that until they're together. Oh, and then you can add a pinch of salt if you like, and a teaspoon of vanilla. Whip that together. Then take that off the heat and add your cacao powder. And then whip that. You can use a blender. I've noticed when I use a blender, it tends to come apart, but just use a wire whip and whip that together. And then once it's incorporated, use a spatula to make sure, scrape the sides and so forth. Then taste it, see how it is. And then you can mold it. You can mold it on parchment paper inside of a baking dish. You can get plastic molds or rubber molds or silicone molds. They're silicone. You can get silicone molds and shape chocolate, but I'd recommend just pouring it into a sheet pan with parchment paper. Definitely use parchment paper. You can also add nuts to it if you want to make like nut bark, and this will give you huge chunks of chocolate. It's delicious. Now, here's something else you can do. It's one of my favorite recipes. Take a pound of that chocolate. So I don't know how many cups that is, but take a pound of that chocolate you just made, mix that with 1 can of organic coconut cream, overheat, and then season that with as much salt as you like. So taste it and season it with salt. Then add some nuts to that, and then put that in a baking sheet, and then put that in the freezer or in the fridge. It's so good. It's like this ganache. Oh my gosh, I made it. A friend of mine made it for a dinner party, and I had to stop conversation and just savor it. It was so good. You could also add cacao nibs to it, and then I brought it to Burning Man. People loved it at Burning Man. So one great thing about Burning Man is you bring things to give away. And so I bring chocolate, I bring food, I'll bring supplements. I brought aniracetam this year. I was like, hey, you look tired. Let me give some aniracetam. 10 minutes later, the person's like, wow, I feel great. Bring oxygen. Love bringing oxygen. I'll be like, hey, do you want some oxygen? Just giving people a little boost oxygen. Not sponsored by them, but they're great. All right, so that's the recipe for chocolate. Any questions? Am I okay tonight? Why am I not okay? 112K night. Please write the recipe down in my link tree. I'm going to put the recipe in my recipe book. But here, it's just 1, 1, 1/2. Just start by making the chocolate, okay? 1 cup coconut oil, 1 cup maple syrup, 1/2 cup cacao powder. Mix it, little salt, little vanilla, delicious. And do it over a double boiler. The molds, this chocolate actually doesn't mold very well. I don't recommend using molds because it's too soft and it won't come out. Please do a TikTok on my teeth. I will do a TikTok on oral health for sure. Show texting for safe levels. Flowers, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Most plants have some trace amounts of metals. Is allulose good? Yeah, allulose is great. Am I tired? I don't think so. It's only 11. What made me change my lifestyle? I've been healthy for most of my life. I remember doing push-ups in my bedroom as a kid at night. Oh, hello, Sardine Man. Well, hello, Polly Pocket Sunshine. So I've liked health and physical fitness. And then someone asked about ADHD. This was my solution to ADHD, was exercise. I felt so much better exercising. And so I've played sports throughout school. I played sports in college, and I played a sport in college. No, two. I played rugby and lacrosse. Rugby was club rugby, lacrosse was varsity lacrosse. And I've just felt so much better. And I've seen friends that were really healthy in college, and I've seen them gradually go to the standard American diet and say, oh, it's okay once in a while. Say, no, it's not. It's not okay to eat gluten once in a while. Gluten stays in your system for a while. It's not okay to eat sugar once in a while, because once in a while is once a week. And that's causing you weight gain. And if you gain weight every week, 3 years later, you're overweight, almost obese. That's a problem. So I'm not saying be perfect all the time, because most people aren't, and I'm not. But the important thing is eat most of your food at home, cook most of your food, then have delicious, healthy food at home. And then on the very rare exception, when you do break your stuff, I recommend, sugar is much less bad than gluten. And so if someone makes a gluten-free cake with, let's say, organic coconut or organic sugarcane, that's not so bad. You can deal with that for a little bit. The problem is when they're using high fructose corn syrup. Just say goodbye to high fructose corn syrup forever. Hopefully that's made illegal soon. That'll benefit mankind, certainly the United States, very well. I think it's illegal in Europe. They don't use it in most countries in Europe. Oh, by the way, I watched this documentary on fast food in India. What large fast food companies are doing to India and Indians is really horrible. It's the worst food ever. Um, I mean, instead of putting butter on like their rolls, they're using this like partially hydrogenated oil. I think it's partially hydrogenated. They don't, instead of cheese, they're using this just like this oil with this like glue in it. And the Indians are like, yeah, this is like nice food. And for them it is, because that's the perception. And these and this I'm really concerned the country in India and the people of India are going to become obese because of the fast food. And there's almost no regulation as far as what can go in the food. Whereas you look at France, their stuff is half the calories and way healthier. And I think it's healthier in France than it is in the United States. I told you the story of looking at a Coca-Cola from Mexico and a Coca-Cola from the United States. In Mexico, it's made with sugar. In the United States, it's made with high fructose corn syrup. That's a problem. So I would say goodbye to high fructose corn syrup forever. Just don't do it. It's just bad news. High fructose corn syrup, it doesn't turn off your hunger sensors, and so it's hard to regulate your food intake. And so for people who eat high fructose corn syrup, I understand. I understand why you're obese because your body is not used. We have not evolved eating high fructose corn syrup. Our body doesn't know what to do with it, and so we continue to get hungry, and our body turns that fructose into fat. Our body basically stores that fructose as fat. That's what it does. And so and the fatter we get, the easier it is to gain more weight. It's really problematic. Okay, so questions on that, and then I want to tell you all about the free resources. Oh, and then I want to tell you all about this. This is really cool. Who's interested in EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies? This is called a harmony pendant. I've been wearing this for about a week, and I want to tell you about it. It's very cool. You are welcome, Laura Lynn. Yeah, poisoning humanity. It's really bad. I don't know if these people really understand what they're doing, because I would have really trouble sleeping if I knew that my product were hurting people. Like, oh my gosh, really troubling. Okay, any questions? We got a bunch of yeses. Okay. All right, so EMFs. This is really cool. All right, so EMFs have been greatly increasing. These are the frequencies from our phones, from our computers, from Wi-Fi. Some people are very sensitive to this. A friend of mine, Dr. Laura Presley, she ran for city council in Austin. She's a PhD in chemistry. She and I were trying to get fluoride out of the water in Austin. This would have been a decade ago. She told me that when her router came in, or her new router came in, this was 10 years ago, she couldn't sleep. I thought that's weird. And she looked it up, EMFs. So some people are super sensitive to EMFs. Anybody super sensitive to EMFs? Anyone have that going on? Where like if you're near a Wi-Fi, or if you're around too much electronics, like you really feel it and it messes with you. All right, so Marigold, Sheila, Jinla, I'll call you Sheila. So some people are really sensitive to this. Yvonne moves the electric shock away. Angela, Kim, it could be. I have insomnia. Maybe. I'm not extra sensitive. And by cleaning out my body from sugar and gluten and cleaning all these things, I am just a little bit more sensitive to just things in general. And so EMFs are all around us. EMFs have been contributing in some people to brain fog and insomnia, trouble sleeping. Those are the two biggest things. And then the things that go along with this. So if you screw up someone's sleep, this screws up their ability to regulate their metabolism. When we're sleep deprived, our body clings to fat. It holds on to the fat because it's in emergency mode. It's in survival mode, and it doesn't want to let go of fat because it thinks we're going to be running from predators soon. So messing up your sleep is a really big deal. And so I did some research on this. I'm just going to be very honest with you. The research was not promising. There was a lot of products out there that were making big promises that weren't backed up by the data. And so I was concerned about this. I said, hey, this is, you're saying one thing. You're saying this ring blocks EMFs, but the data doesn't show that. And so I think that's not a good claim to make. And so so this company contacted me. And they said, "Hey, Robert, we've seen your TikTok channel. We want to send you some stuff and see if you like it." I said, "Okay, tell me what's your biggest thing." They said, "It's this. It's called a harmony pendant. It reduces the impact of EMFs." I said, "Really? Tell me more." They said, "Well, here, we'll send you the study." And so they did a study with some top-notch doctors. I actually have the notes on my phone, so I won't be able to read that to you. I'll read them to you tomorrow night. And they did this study. It was an open label study, so people knew they had a harmony pendant. So what they did was they measured their heart rate variability before the harmony pendant when they were around these EMFs, and then they put the harmony pendant on them and noticed the change in their EMFs, in their heart rate variability. So they noticed a measurable change, and the change was significant. And this was done in 9 different centers, I think with 10 different authors, 10 different doctors. Some of them are big time. Some of them, one of them does work with Tony Robbins and like speaks on stage with Tony Robbins. And so a lot of medical doctors are putting their reputation on the line with this, which is very substantial to me. And so this thing, so it's important to understand what this does. This does not block EMFs. That's not the claim. What this does is this helps reduce the negative impact on the body of EMFs. People who wear this say they notice a sense of calm, and then they notice better sleep. I think some people said brain fog, but the sleep and the sense of calm is what I read. So that's and that's what I want to share with you. I've worn this. I've noticed a sense of calm, and my sleep's been pretty good when I wear it. It was interesting. The first time I put it on, I kind of felt this like relaxation, like, huh, that's interesting. And then other people say they didn't notice it when they wore it, but they noticed it when they took it off. And when they stopped wearing it, they noticed a decrease in energy. Very interesting. And so also some things you can do to reduce EMFs. Keep your phone away from you, like talk to it like this. By the way, Dr. Berg, Berg, he's a chiropractor, but he's got millions of followers. Who knows Dr. Berg? Who likes Dr. Berg? Where are my Dr. Berg fans? All right, we got some Dr. Berg fans. It's called a Harmony pendant. And so I got a great discount for you. So the Harmony pendant's been really helpful to a lot of people. This retails for $150 or $149. I got the stainless steel one. You can also get a rose gold one if you like the rose colored gold. But the stainless steel works for me. Silver works well for the clothes that I wear. And it looks kind of cool. Let me show you this up close. Oh, that's the back of it. Sorry. Is that a cool design? So it retails for $149. You can get it at an extreme discount. If you buy one, I think you can get one for $80. If you buy two, you get it for close to $77. And if you buy three, you get them for like 60 something. These make great gifts. Also, I want you to know this. This is something to look for. You can tell when someone's a reputable company in part because they offer a money back guarantee. This has a 60 day money back guarantee. You can try this for 2 months. 2 months. See if it affects your sleep. See if it affects your stress. See if it affects your brain fog. 2 months, money back guarantee, no problemo. That is great. That means the company stands behind their product. And I was talking with a member of the company, and he said, look, even if they took it to 90 days, we'd probably still refund them because they value their reputation. I don't recommend you wait that long. If you don't like it after 60 days, send it back. But it's worth a try. So if you're concerned about EMFs, if you're experiencing EMFs, if you're having trouble sleeping, if you're having brain fog and you don't know why, this is worth a try. And there's really good science behind this, having different physical measures of heart rate variability and self-reported stress. So if you want to get this, you want to get a great discount, go below my link tree. If someone wants to drop my link tree in the chat, that would just be super. My link tree is linktr.ee/Robert W. B. Love. Karina, are you here? Could you drop that in? Or Ashley, are you here? I don't understand the science of how it works. Yeah, it's called Harmony Pendant. It's the very first thing. It's the very top. It says Harmony Pendant, protect yourself from EMFs. Would someone give that a click? Make sure that works. I just want to make sure the link works. And then you'll see, you can watch videos about it. You can read about it. I think it automatically uploads my coupon, so you get a nice discount. And then you'll see the medical professionals who support it. You'll see testimonials about it. I don't understand the science. I wish I could explain the science. I can only explain. I read the study, and so I can only explain. Um, I understood heart rate variability, so I understood the difference I was seeing in physical health. I don't know how it works. Just joined. What are we talking about? We're talking about the Harmony pendant. We're talking about EMFs and reducing the impact of EMFs, not blocking EMFs, but reducing the impact of EMFs with this thing called a Harmony pendant. There is a research study done by 10 doctors in 9 different centers, and they found that people who wore this, it affected their heart rate variability in a very significant and healthy way. It also reduced self-perceived stress. And then um, people report improved sleep and all kinds of benefits, money back guarantee. What's it made of? This is made of stainless steel. Could it be psychological? It could be. This study was an open label study, which means everyone got the Harmony pendant. No one got a placebo necklace. So it could be. The differences are pretty dramatic. So I doubt it's all psychological. It certainly could be. And so Chipotle, if you wanted to make yourself a necklace and then charge it up with your energy and intention and say this is going to reduce the negative impact of EMFs in my life and put it on, is that going to have the same impact? It might. There's not, because this is not a double-blind study, I can't say for sure that it's all due to this. Certainly, the psychology of people plays a part in it. Absolutely. And if you're having these troubles, it's worth a try if you like it. Is it the long Harmony pendant? There's 2 sizes. This is the small, and then there's the large. I noticed a difference with the small. I don't know how it works. The link works. Thank you, Karina. All right. And thank you for posting that, Karina. I do not turn off my phone at night, but I leave it far away. Oh, right. Ways to reduce your EMFs. Number 1, you can turn off your router at night. There are other routers in your neighborhood or in your apartment building, so that's not going to completely eliminate it, but that will help. Number 2, keep your phone away from you when you talk. Don't put it against your head. Dr. Berg and others talk about how EMFs are increasing cancer. There's tons of research on, I think the European Union wants to declare EMFs as a possible carcinogen. There's data to show that people who talk on their phone, that they're more likely to have brain cancer on that side of their head. So EMFs, the impact of EMFs is substantial. It's real. It's not. And we want. It's not made up. Like the impact of EMFs on people is substantial. And so you want to reduce your risk. And so don't talk on your phone next to your head to the best extent. Talk it away, and then keep it away from your head as you sleep. Those are good things. Put on airplane mode when you can as well. Those are really good ideas. Okay, any questions about that? And then if you want to get a really good deal, you can click the link and then check that out. We asked the AI about EMFs. That's a really good question, Karina. I tried to consult the AI earlier and it was overwhelmed. It wasn't working. Let's pull that up. Great question. Okay, Chat GPT. Let's ask the AI. Tell me about EMFs. All right. It's working now. All right, so what are EMFs? How do they impact? You're going to get Om tomorrow. Awesome. It's so good. Okay, EMFs, or electromagnetic fields, are invisible areas of energy. This is from the AI. Invisible areas of energy that are associated with the use of electrical power and various natural forms of man-made lighting. They are present everywhere in our environment and are produced by a variety of sources, including power lines, electrical wiring, and electrical appliances and devices. There has been much research on the possible health effects of exposure to EMFs, and while the results have been mixed and inconclusive, some studies have suggested that certain types of EMFs have the potential to affect human health. However, the vast majority of research suggests that the levels of EMFs to which people are commonly exposed to are too low to cause significant health effects. In general, the main concern regarding EMFs and health has been the potential for cancer or other diseases to be caused by long-term exposure to high levels of EMFs. However, the available evidence does not support a causal relationship between exposure to EMFs and cancer or other diseases. It is important to note that the World Health Organization has classified EMFs as possibly carcinogenic to humans based on limited evidence from some studies, but has also stated that more research is needed to better understand the potential health effects of EMFs. As such, it is important to monitor and research the potential health effects of EMFs and to follow established safety guidelines for EMF exposure. Okay, that's pretty interesting. All right, anyone else got a question for the EMFs for the AI? Ashwagandha, John, I find women get better results of it than men. Ashwagandha is okay for me, but Dr. Shannon says that women do really well. Thank you, Laura Lynn. I'm selectively reading the comments NX Nuit as far as I'm not responding to absolutely all of them. I'm trying to skim through them. There's a lot of them. I'm trying to answer them in a way that is most helpful to everybody. How much are they paying me? They're paying me a commission on all of this, on the sales. I don't know what the exact commission is. Same thing with all the products. All the products that I promote directly, Chrissy, I'm paid a commission based upon sales. Are AirPods EMFs? I think so. Let's check. We certainly have them, right? Yes, wireless devices like AirPods and other types of Bluetooth headphones produce electromagnetic fields when they transmit data wirelessly. The EMFs are produced by the device's antenna, which sends and receives data using radio frequency energy. The strength of the EMFs produced by a wireless device like AirPods is typically very low. The levels of EMFs to which people are exposed to while using devices are generally much lower than the levels of EMFs that are considered to be potentially harmful. And then it says the same thing as before. It's worth noting EMFs have been studied and so forth. Okay, any other questions about that? Been feeling great, awesome. The company's called Harmony Pendant. There's a link below my profile. Does it help with fat loss? This does not directly help with fat loss. Anything that improves your sleep helps with fat loss. And so this is not about weight loss. This is about reducing the negative impact of EMFs, which can help with sleep. It can help with brain focus, and it can help with stress. All of those are related indirectly to fat loss, but it's not a fat loss thing. Can I put it up to the camera? Sure. That's this one that I have. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, I don't know exactly how it works. Who conducted the study? It was conducted by 10 research scientists, 10 doctors in 9 different centers. L-theanine. L-theanine is great. L-theanine reduces stress. The name of the necklace is Harmony Pendant. Okay, so while we're talking about it, underneath my profile, I want you to know about some free resources. So for those of you who are new, there's my free report, my top 10 brain supplements. Who's gotten my free report, my top 10 supplements? Who's found that to be helpful? So in that report, I give you my top 10 brain supplements, what I take, why I take it, the brands that I like, and where I buy it. Okay, but a couple of you have gotten it. So that's really helpful. So if you're new, if you're interested in supplements, that's just a free report. That's just free information that can help you simplify the supplement thing, the supplement adventure. You know, for me, I've been taking these for 20 years since I was in college and trying to find the best stuff. So it was not missing vitamin C. I wouldn't put vitamin C as one of my top supplements, Petit Chaton. Mushrooms are great, Chrissy. Lion's mane is my supplement that I have on there. How to get that free report. If you go to the link below my profile, or if Karina is here, if you want to drop that in again, just click that link and then click the link, then go to the thing that says free report, top 10 supplements for brain health. Just click there and enter your name and email, and I'll send it to you. Thank you, Karina. You are awesome. Okay, so that's that. And then below that is the free masterclass on how to prevent Alzheimer's disease. Who has seen the free masterclass on how to prevent Alzheimer's disease? Pete Shannon, I said vitamin C is not in my top 10 supplements for brain health. My sound is doing double. That's no bueno. Okay, Ocean Favor's seen it. Karina's seen it. The link is underneath my link tree. Karina just posted it if you scroll up. And then it's also underneath my profile if you click my profile picture. The sound's fine. Okay, good. So who's seen the free masterclass? That's all about how to, thank you, Karina. It's all about how to improve your health, how to reduce your risk of Alzheimer's disease with foods, with behaviors, with exercise, with supplements. And that's a free 45-minute masterclass. Thank you, K. I don't know your name, KMAYK6. Thank you. It's a fast 45 minutes. Thank you, Ocean Favor. I try to speak a little bit more slowly than I do here because I'm talking about complex science, but that's available to you totally for free. Please watch that. I made that as a resource because I wanted to get that out to the world. I wanted a lot of you to watch it and use the information in it. And then if you'd like to work with me privately, if you'd like to, the way to do that is to watch the masterclass and then to sign up for, then to apply for a free memory test. And then you'll take the memory test, and then we'll talk about your memory test results. So that's how that works. That's how I work with clients privately. We start with a memory test to see where you are, and then we go from there. So those are two great free resources. Then I just released this a couple days ago. My Lion's Mane supplement, my Roar Lion's Mane supplement. I'm very happy with this. I'm very proud of the product that we have here. I went to over 33 different supplement companies to find the best quality product at the best quality price. And I found this one, and I'm giving it to you at an amazing discount. I'm not going to keep it at this price for long. I'm just doing this because I wanted you to have this at a great price for the holidays. So a couple things about this. It has 10 medicinal mushrooms in it. I'll read you some of them. It's got lion's mane, cordyceps, reishi, shiitake. It's got maitake, turkey tail. It's got all these great things in it. It's third-party tested, which means that a company has tested this supplement to show that it has in it what's on the label. When you buy supplements, you want to get third-party tested because it means that someone's guaranteeing that what's on the label is what's in the supplement. It's really important. So it's got that. It's GMP certified. It's made in the USA. It's gluten-free. It's really good stuff. And it's got lion's mane in it. Lion's mane helps. Here's some of the benefits of lion's mane. Lion's mane helps grow new brain cells. It facilitates the growth of new neural connections. It reduces inflammation. It improves the immune system. It increases energy available in the brain by increasing the production of ATP or the availability of ATP. Also protects the brain from inflammation and oxidative stress and damage. It's awesome. And there's some studies to show that it helps with memory in both for those with dementia in animal studies as well as human studies. Excuse me. And it's very, very safe. So lion's mane is great. If I could recommend one supplement for people to improve their memory and reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease, it would probably be lion's mane. It might also be curcumin. I don't know. Those are two great supplements. I'm not going to say which one's better, but lion's mane is definitely near the top of the list. And this one's great. It also improves sleep. I like to take this before sleep. I get really vivid dreams and I sleep really well. Who's been taking lion's mane and noticed a difference? What is the cost? You can get 4 bottles for $59 with free shipping, or 8 bottles for $98. So you get 4 bottles for $14 a bottle, or 8 bottles for $12 a bottle, which is crazy. Is this scientifically proven? The things that I just mentioned about lion's mane, yes. Now, I have not funded independent research on my particular supplement, So I can't say Dr. Love's Roar Lion's Mane does all those things because I haven't tested that. I can tell you that lion's mane as a supplement does do that in many different studies, and I can read those studies to you if you like. So so lion's mane is shown to do all the things that I just mentioned. So the cost is really inexpensive, like 14 bucks a bottle. That's crazy. That's crazy inexpensive for a high quality supplement. Um, so who's taken lion's mane and knows the difference? It's working well for my daughter. Awesome. AB Toma, it's working well. Amazing dreams. Awesome, Susie. Crystal, it's working well for you. It's working good for you. Tego Life. All right. So what level does it have in it? So the thing about lion's mane is that sometimes different companies have different levels of refinement. So sometimes it'll be, I remember when I was using lion's mane in my chocolate, I would add, I used a 50-to-1 extract. So it's really, really dense. So this one has 226 milligrams of lion's mane extract. So it's very potent. So yes, it's got plenty of lion's mane. It's also got plenty of these other medicinal mushrooms. So you get the benefit of all these medicinal mushrooms. And Paul Stamets talks about the synergy of mushrooms. So it's not, you don't just want to take one. You certainly can. Lion's mane on its own is very powerful. This one's got a synergy of mushrooms. It's really cool. And it comes with a 90-day money back guarantee. So give it a try. If you don't like it, if you don't notice better dreams, send it back. Like I'll make it that clear. If you take this and you don't notice a difference, especially in your dreams and your sleep, send it back. I'm happy to refund you. No biggie. And so you can try it for 90 days. Ibrahim, I'm not doing guests right now, but thank you for asking. So so try it. And then if you want to try it out for the holidays, you'll get the 8 bottles and then give some away to some family members. Say, hey, I got you this really great supplement from this person that I think does pretty good work. And I think this will be good for your sleep and improve your mental functioning. And there's a bunch of research on lion's mane. Lion's mane, if you all have been paying attention, it's really big in the news and social media. Just a lot of people are doing it. And then a couple of people here live with us right now have talked about the effects. Angela, it helps me with my brain fog and focus. Awesome. Is lion's mane better than Bacopa? It's different. It's like saying, is broccoli better than sweet potatoes? Well, better for what? Sweet potatoes have different nutrients than broccoli. Some would also say they taste better. I think sweet potatoes taste better. Bacopa increases acetylcholine in the brain, whereas lion's mane increases BDNF and NGF and is anti-inflammatory. So they do different things. So the link to purchase En Vogue is below my profile, and then Karina's been so kind to put it in the chat a couple times. If you click there, it's the Roar lion's mane supplements, and there's two links. There's the 4 bottles and there's the 8 bottles. So you can click on either of those. And then that'll just take, oh, by the way, when you click on that, it just takes you to a payment page. I don't have a sales page up or a page that describes the product. I'm just describing it to you now. And I just want to get this out to you as soon as possible so that we can get it while we still have supplies. This is such a crazy good price. And so it'll take you to a payment page. Just enter your name, your email, and your credit card information and your address. Make sure your address is correct because that's where I'm going to be sending you your supplements. Buckeye fan. ChatGPT said there are no supplements that reduce tau in the brain. Last night you said it did. I think I said it reduces amyloid plaque in the brain. I don't think I talked about tau. Good job doing research, Buckeye fan. I love it. Ask ChatGPT if curcumin reduces amyloid plaque in the brain. Okay, any questions about the lion's mane? So great question. What's the difference between eating lion's mane and taking the supplement? The supplement's a lot less expensive. If you've ever bought lion's mane at the grocery store, you know it's an expensive mushroom. And it's a lot less expensive to take daily. Most people don't eat lion's mane daily. People can easily take a lion's mane supplement daily. And so that's why I like supplements, because it's an easy way to get your stuff, get your nutrition every day. And then eat lion's mane mushrooms. They're great. I love them. I recommend them. They're terrific. They got like a meaty texture to them. They're excellent. And unfortunately, unless you're eating lion's mane mushrooms every day, it's unlikely you're going to get the benefits that you want. Just take in the morning, and it doesn't affect your dreams. Thank you, Karina or Kate Doyle. Opinion on high cholesterol. It's dangerous, and it's usually dietary, and it has nothing to do with our cholesterol intake. That's now the old science. The new science is our dietary cholesterol does not affect our serum cholesterol, which is really interesting. I can give my husband. What can I give my husband? You can give him that. You can give him lion's mane. You can also give your husband morning mane. This is like AG1, but it's got caffeine in it. It's rich. It's got 50 different superfoods in it. You can give your husband morning mane. There's got a great discount of that in my profile if you want to give your husband something masculine. Which foods are best for Alzheimer's disease? So smash fish, salmon, mackerel, anchovies, sardines, and herring. So the healthy fish with lots of fat, low in mercury. Those are great for the brain. Walnuts are great for the brain. Blueberries, which are rich in polyphenols. Coffee, which is rich in polyphenols. Matcha is rich in polyphenols and all kinds of good stuff. Matcha is like green tea on steroids. That's great. And then lots of vegetables. Lots and lots of vegetables. Do I suggest taking lion's mane at night? I like lion's mane at night, but you can also take it during the day if you like. Lion's mane with other mushrooms supplements or by itself? Well, my supplement has it with other mushrooms. I think that works best. And I'm not sure what's going to work best for you. I would say if you have a couple of lion's mane supplements you want to try, I'd say get mine and get the others and see which one you like best. Buckeye fan, how does tau differ from plaque? I will tell you, but don't you want to do the research yourself? And you know how to do it. You could go to the. Did you go to the, Buckeye fan? Did you go to the AI and ask, does curcumin reduce plaque? Do I eat chicken? Sometimes it's only pastured chicken. Any liquid form coming soon? Not of my lion's mane, no. Give him a good talking to. Who am I talking to? Your husband? Is that the gift? You'll love that. Honey, for Christmas, I'm giving you a nice talking to. What can I give my husband that has Parkinson's disease? So I'm going to be just extremely controversial here. I'm just going to give you the science. Do with it as you like. I'm not a medical doctor, not giving medical advice. This is not for people under the age of 18 or 21, depending on where you live. Nicotine is the absolute best. Nicotine reduces for the adult population. Smoking reduces the risk of Alzheimer's disease by 30%. Let me say that again. Smoking reduces the risk of Parkinson's disease by 30%. Am I recommending smoking? No. Do I recommend anyone start smoking or vaping tobacco? No. What are the options? There's nicotine gum. My preference is nicotine tablets. Those have fewer bad ingredients in them. So the nicotine gum can have like aspartame in it, and that's not good. The nicotine lozenges don't, and they're really powerful and they're safe. I've been taking them for years, and over the last couple of weeks, I've used it maybe once or twice. Some weeks I'll use it every day or multiple times a day. And so nicotine is addictive. There's no evidence that I've seen that nicotine lozenges are addictive. I've seen no one stand up and say, I was not a smoker. I started sucking on nicotine lozenges for my brain health, and now I'm addicted to them. I don't think that person exists. If they do, I want to talk to them because I want to know, because I want to say the correct research. I'll say, listen, in all my research, I've met one person or two people or 10 or however many people there are. I don't think that happens. The people who get addicted to nicotine lozenges are probably already smokers. But nicotine is helpful for the brain, and these lozenges are not damaging. Nicotine or smoking is damaging, so look into nicotine lozenges. Consult your medical doctor first, of course. And coffee is great. Caffeine is great. Crystal, I'm enjoying the lucid dreams. Awesome. Does decaf have the same effects? Decaf does not have the same effects for Parkinson's disease. You need caffeine. Hi, Vegas Blue. Where have you been? Is that right, Skywatcher? Well, let's ask the AI. Parkinson's disease and spirochetes. So you're saying they all had Lyme disease? Didn't ask it a question. Parkinson's disease and Lyme disease. Lyme disease does contribute to Alzheimer's disease, by the way. I asked it the wrong question. I just typed them into the thing. So the important thing about using AI is to ask the right question. So it's no longer about doing the research. Now doing the research is asking the right question, which is very philosophical. If you read the Bible or if you read the Gospel, at some point Jesus says, or at some point, no, it's in Matthew. Ask and it shall be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and it shall be opened to you. That's a big idea. Ask and you will find. Right? Seek and you will find. So you got to ask the right questions, right? So the AI has scoured the entire internet up until 2021. The AI is like a giant brain from all of humanity and the works of humanity. You can ask it questions. So the quality of your questions really matters, right? So I just said Lyme's disease and Parkinson's disease. That's not a question. And so it just described them. So does Lyme disease contribute to Parkinson's disease? There's no evidence to suggest that Lyme disease, an infectious disease caused by bacterium Borrelia burgdorferi, directly causes Parkinson's disease. There's been some research suggesting that the immune response to certain infections, including types of bacteria, may be linked to the development of Parkinson's disease. However, specific mechanisms by which this may occur are not well understood. It's important to understand that Parkinson's is primarily caused by a loss of cells in the brain that produce a neurotransmitter called dopamine. Okay, so Skywatcher, if you have an article for me to read, I'd love to read it about that. Okay, any questions so far? So we've gone over the pendant, which is pretty cool, the Harmony pendant. I told you about my Lion's Mane supplement, the great deal on that, and then the free reports, and then the free the AI, Jenny, is look up Chat GPT. It's amazing. Yeah, reishi mushrooms are good for health in general. Let me look up here. You're gonna love it. What are the benefits of reishi mushrooms? By the way, if you are a knowledge worker, so there's physical workers. So like a garbage man is a physical worker. That person's doing something physical. A janitor's a physical worker. A waiter. I was a waiter for many years. Like 4. A waiter is a service provider. And then there are knowledge workers. There are knowledge workers that are paid for their information or their creativity. If you are a knowledge worker, I highly recommend you start collaborating with AI, and I view it as a collaboration to improve your knowledge work. And so if your boss hands you something and says, I want you to find out everything about this city in China, including their economy, what they eat, and so forth, I would start typing that into the AI. It's way faster, more powerful than Google. I'm using it to write emails now because it writes better, faster, more interesting emails than I do on my own. That's great. Collaborate with AI. The AI that I'm using is Chat GPT. It's amazing. Okay, benefits of reishi mushrooms. This is from the AI. Reishi mushrooms, also known as Ganoderma lucidum, are a type of mushroom that's been used in traditional medicine for centuries. They're often used in Asia to promote health and wellness and are believed to have a number of potential health benefits. Potential benefits include boosting the immune system, reducing inflammation, that's big for the brain, improving cardiovascular health, reducing stress and promoting relaxation, and improving sleep. There you go. Those are the benefits. I'm skimming it. I'm not reading all the text. So those are the benefits of reishi mushrooms. So this not only has lion's mane and reishi, it's also got cordyceps, shiitake, maitake, turkey tail. Turkey tail is really good for the immune system. Artificial intelligence. Yes. Is it safe to take lion's mane with fluoxetine? Are they still doing fluoxetine? So fluoxetine is like one of the original antidepressants. We were talking about fluoxetine in my psychology courses when I was an undergrad. That was like the original SSRI, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. It's so funny that's still there. So I think that's basically like Prozac, right? Is Prozac fluoxetine? I think it is. Fluoxetine? Question mark. Prozac, also known as fluoxetine. There we go. So I don't know why I should be surprised. Prozac is one of the most successful drugs ever made. It's got a good name too. Prozac. Sounds good. So is it safe to say? I think so. Let's look. Is lion's mane? I don't see why it would interact. Lion's mane doesn't work on serotonin. Is lion's mane safe to take with fluoxetine? Is lion's mane safe to take with fluoxetine? Lion's mane is a type of mushroom. I'll just read you the answer rather than reading you all the things it says. There's limited information, so it hasn't been studied well. There's no reason for me to assume that there's an interaction because they work on different neurotransmitters. And I recommend you talk with your medical professional, your psychiatrist, your pharmacist. They'll be able to give you specific information if they have it. Here's what the AI says. There's a limited information available on the safety of lion's mane mushroom, taking that in combination with fluoxetine type of antidepressant medication. While it is generally considered to be safe to consume lion's mane mushroom as a food, more research is needed to fully understand the potential risk and benefits of taking lion's mane supplements. If you're taking fluoxetine or any medication, it's important to speak with your healthcare professional. So that's what I have for you, Marianne. Yes, user 813861338. It is best to sleep generally shortly after sunset. But that depends. In the winter, sunset's early, and so our bodies don't want to go to sleep at 5. I think our ancestors hung around by the campfire for a while. So Larissa, so I don't know how long you've been here. So you're in the right place if you want to reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease. I'm glad you found us. Welcome to the Lion's Den. This is my live stream where I answer questions and I help people take action to reduce the risk of Alzheimer's and dementia and improve their health. I have a free masterclass on how to reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease. I recommend you start there. Also, I recommend the book, The End of Alzheimer's Program by Dr. Dale Bredesen, MD. I would get that resource. That's probably 10, 15 bucks. And then you can watch my masterclass for free. You can get that link below my profile. It's the link tree. Karina has been so kind to post it several times in the chat. And then just click there and then scroll down to the free masterclass. That'll take you to a page, enter your name and email, and I'll send you a link to the masterclass. And you can watch it and take notes. And I hope that's helpful to you. Thank you, Skywatcher. What about Huperzine A for Alzheimer's? It's great. It is one of my top supplements. I like that and aniracetam. Don't take them together, but they both work on acetylcholine. One blocks the uptake of blocks the reuptake of acetylcholine. So they both increase acetylcholine. They're both great. Huperzine A is better than aniracetam in some ways because it's safer. It's easier to get. The FDA and the FTC have made it difficult to get aniracetam, which is unfortunate. I used to buy it from Nootropics Depot. By the way, if you don't know where to get nootropics, go to nootropicsdepot.com. They're great. Did I already talk about sugar? Yes, I did, Alexandria. Lion's mane good for the kidneys. I would say it's neutral. When you take a supplement, you want to make sure you're drinking enough water. The kidneys, as Bill Bryson says, are the workhorses of your body. They are smaller than the size of your fist. And they filter about a bathtub full of, like the volume of a bathtub. They filter that much blood every day. Your kidneys work their asses off. Kidneys don't have asses, but kidneys work very hard. And so be kind to your kidneys and drink lots of water. This is also another reason to not get fluoridated water because fluoride is bad for the kidneys. It's just something else for them to filter out. So drink lots of water when you're taking supplements, especially creatine. Is coconut oil good? This has come up like a bunch of times. There's a viral video about someone calling coconut oil junk food. The problem is, I want to recommend a documentary for you. It's called Fat Fiction. The information that most people have about fat and saturated fat is, it's not good information. It's from the propaganda of Ancel Keys. Ancel Keys was someone who came around and flipped the science on fat and carbohydrates. Prior to the 1950s, carbohydrates were known to cause fat. That's the state of science. Ancel Keys came along and said, well, we'll see about that. And he looked at data from 30 different countries. And the data didn't show much about the consumption of fat, the combination of saturated fat and heart disease. His hypothesis was eating saturated fat increased the risk of heart disease. That was his hypothesis. He looked at 30 different countries. It wasn't there, because you have countries like Germany and France that have high consumption of saturated fat, and they have low heart disease. And then you have Italy with low consumption of saturated fat, and they also have low heart disease. So that didn't make sense. So what did Ancel Keys do? He did the opposite of what a good scientist does. By the way, I got a definition of a scientist today from Jordan Peterson on the Lex Friedman show. Any Jordan Peterson fans? I've listened to his Bible series. It's brilliant. So Jordan Peterson said, a scientist is committed to the truth. That's powerful, right? In a very small way, I did this over the last week. I changed my position on aluminum. Previous research showed that aluminum was not related to Alzheimer's disease. New research shows from 2014 that Alzheimer's brains have increased levels of aluminum. I didn't know that, and I've now changed my position. And so I want to tell you what I understand to be true. So science and scientists are committed to the truth. And so Ancel Keys, he's not a scientist because he's not committed to the truth. What did he do? He cherry picked his data. So instead of presenting all 30 countries, he presented 7 or 9. And his countries showed a very clear correlation. So he chose a low saturated fat, low heart disease country like Italy. Then he chose a high saturated fat, high heart disease country like the United States. He drew a line between them. He said, look. And then he found countries in the middle to fit that line, and he put them all on there. In fact, his data was so clean. Clean means it looked fake. It was so clean. Most data has noise in it. In statistics, noise is kind of like the up and down that just happens in regular variability. His data didn't have that. It was so clean looking. It was like a straight line. Data doesn't look like a straight line in real life. It doesn't for most things. And so a statistician was in the audience. They raised their hand, and he said, hey, I think you doctored your data. Data doesn't look like this. You don't see straight line correlations in nature. So did you doctor your data? And indeed he did. We know exactly what he did. He had 30 countries. He chose 9 of them to fit his curve. And then he came out with this hypothesis that saturated fat causes heart disease. He then did a follow-up study. Then the McGovern report, I think this is in the 70s? No. When was the McGovern report? Let me ask. When was the McGovern dietary report in the United States? I think it's in the late 60s, early 70s. The McGovern report, also known as the Dietary Goals for the United States, was published by the Senate in 1977. This thing is so useful. All right, so 1977. And they cited the work of Ancel Keys. And this is the first time this dietary recommendation with the work of Ancel Keys, with the help of Ancel Keys and the McGovern report, was the first time any country recommended a low-fat diet. This is 1977, based upon Ancel Keys's corrupt, falsified research. I'll call it falsified because he did not present the full data. That has persisted until today. It's still here. People are still saying saturated fat's bad. Look at the countries that eat saturated fat. Yeah, well, you can't use the United States and say, look how much saturated fat we eat. Look at all the damn carbs we eat. It's not clean data at all. Clean is in unadulterated, right? You can't look at somebody who eats a hamburger and be like, oh, look at all the saturated fat you ate. But look at all the carbs they ate. The bun is so bad. A bun, I would say, might even be worse. And plus, it's bad meat. It's meat that's industrial meat's really bad. I don't recommend you eat it. So that's why that was the seed of this. 1977 and Ancel Keys. This is the first time any country recommended a low-fat diet. Before that, carbohydrates were known to create the storage of fat. So that's where all this comes from. So is coconut oil good? I would say yes. And what I'd recommend is you do your own research. Watch fat fiction and then watch the documentary Fat. They're both free on YouTube. And then watch Forks Over Knives. That gives you the other perspective. Forks Over Knives is all about whole foods, plant-based diet. And then watch them and see what works best for you. I believe a diet low in carbohydrates, high in vegetables, high in healthy animal proteins like eggs, grass-fed beef, wild-caught salmon, low in refined sugar is healthy and will get good long-term results. I also believe a whole foods, plant-based diet that is basically vegan, as long as you remove bread from there, is very healthy as well. So I think you can do both ways. I think you can do the vegan diet and do that healthily, and with the right supplements, that can be healthy for most people, or you can basically do a paleo diet, and that's gonna be healthy. Those are the two ones that I think work for most humans. I don't know what's gonna work best for you, but there's data to show that both of those work. And there's also great data to show that the ketogenic diet improves memory and cognition. And coconut oil can be incorporated into that. And so coconut oil is definitely not good if you're eating refined sugar. It's just going to store fat. If you're eating a diet low in refined sugar, coconut oil is great. It's a healthy fat. But if you mix sugar with it, it now becomes a dangerous fat because it's a ton of calories. And if you eat that fat with sugar, that promotes fat storage. So real quickly, so here's why this matters. When you eat sugar, sugar increases insulin. Insulin is involved in energy storage. Insulin also promotes the storage of fat. Okay, write that down. Insulin promotes fat storage. So when you eat fruit that spikes up your glucose, it also spikes up your insulin and also promotes the storage of fat. This is the idea of fattening up for winter, right? Animals do this. Bears do this. Bears eat a lot of fat. Bears eat a lot of berries to put on fat for the winter. Carbohydrates do this to us. Now, if you eat foods that spike insulin with foods high in calories like fat is super high in calories. Coconut oil has a lot of calories. That's not a problem if you eat it without things that spike insulin. If you eat it with insulin, your body's then going to store those calories as fat. Does that make sense? Insulin is necessary for fat storage. And if you eat coconut oil with sugar, you're going to store those calories as fat. That's not good. So the standard American diet, which is high in sugar and high in fat, is the worst. It promotes fat storage. If you remove the high sugars and just eat a diet high in healthy fats and high in fiber, like vegetables, that can actually be healthy. Does that make sense? It's a big, long, complicated idea. But check out those documentaries. That was a great explanation. Thank you, Bree. Can I talk about mouth taping? It's awesome. I've been doing it for over a year. It's great. Put a little piece of tape over your mouth. You nose breathe all night. It's terrific. When I say bread, do I mean even whole grains? Yes, totally. Absolutely. Whole grain wheat is it's really good marketing. It's like, who grew up in the 80s? Do you remember those commercials for like Lucky Charms, part of this complete breakfast? What a great phrase. What a great marketing phrase. Extremely deceptive, right? I'm telling my mom, let's get Lucky Charms. No, there's just a bunch of garbage, but it's part of this complete breakfast. What does that mean? So whole grain, I don't know what that means. It's very clear that wheat is not good for humans, generally speaking, especially in the United States. Our wheat is the worst. And then carbohydrates, generally speaking, are not good for most human beings in the form of grains. So I like to eat foods. This goes back to the lion's den and being an evolving lion. So this is the lion's den, and you as a member, if you choose to identify yourself as such, are an evolving lion. Who are my evolving lions? Give me a roar here. And so why evolving lions? Number one, we are getting better. Evolution, we are getting better ourselves. And we want our community and our family and our friends to get better. Number two, we look to our evolutionary past to inform our diet. What did my ancestors eat? Well, Homo erectus has existed for 2 million years. And for 2 million years, Homo erectus basically ate wild plants. So think of these as vegetables, some fruits, nuts, occasionally meat, and that's what they ate. 10,000 years ago, we had the Fertile Crescent and the birth of civilization in Mesopotamia, which is modern day Iran, Iraq. That is where we started growing grains. And then Egypt. Egypt grew a bunch of grains. Egypt had bread and wheat. That's the birth of civilization. It's very easy to get calories from cultivated food. Now, we've only been eating grains for 10,000 years. We've been eating wild plants and the occasional animal for 2 million years. That's the kind of food I want. Now, even more scary, we've been eating processed foods for 50 to 100 years. So the type of foods that are on the shelves today in packaged form, those foods have only existed for 50 years. That's terrifying. We have very little data longitudinally of what happens with these processed foods. And I think we know what happens. People get obese and they get sick and they die. And so I would avoid those foods at all costs. They're very new. Our body is not used to eating them. And I would avoid them. That's just based upon the logic of evolution, right? I want to eat a lot of vegetables. That's clearly what my ancestors ate. I think my ancestors actually dug up roots and would like dig around with a rock or a stick and like they spent a lot of days chewing. Our ancestors ate a ton of fiber. And so that's the type of food I like to eat. And so I recommend letting go of grains as much as possible, especially wheat. Wheat and gluten is just not, it's just not good for you. It's bad for your gut bacteria, bad for all kinds of things. Liver regeneration. Take milk thistle. Milk thistle is great. Honey in small amounts can be okay. Yes, this makes sense. Bad processed foods. Yes, almost all processed foods are not good. English muffins, bagels, yeah, those are all made from wheat, Stephanie. Let go of all of them. We started to get the data. Autism, yeah, there's great research to show autism is related to our food. Coke Zero has aspartame in it. I would just recommend not buying anything from a soda company. One, it's ethically using your dollars, right? And so these large soda companies have been perfectly okay selling unhealthy products to people for decades. Do you want to give your money to a company that's been fine selling fattening food and drinks to human beings for decades? I don't. That's not what companies I want to give my money to. So I don't think that's a good idea. And so if you want to see change in the world, deny these companies that make unethical choices. Don't give them your money. Even if Coke even if XYZ soda company made a healthy soda product, that would be good. But what about their past mistakes of being willing to sell high fructose corn syrup to people in the United States and all around the world? What about that? I don't want to give that company money. I think that company is past its time. We are now at a time where we care about our fellow human beings and our own health. And we know companies have data to know that the things they're doing are not helping the people of this world. And so I choose not to give my money to those companies. That's how I like to spend my money, but it's up to you. And then just any diet drink, most of them use aspartame. Aspartame is not good for you. Aspartame is NutraSweet. It is the most complained about food additive. It has so many side effects. It was approved by former Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld. He helped get that approved. Let me ask this: what are the side effects of aspartame? This is going to be scary. The history of aspartame is really scary. Like, go onto YouTube, search the history of aspartame. It's terrifying. I don't like this answer. It says that it's safe. Here are the side effects: headaches, allergic reactions, digestive problems. Some people may experience digestive problems, bloating, gas, mood changes. Some people report irritability. So it's not giving me a good answer. I want to know how many. There's like hundreds. Well, I'll ask Dr. Google. How many reported side effects are there for aspartame? According to some research, aspartame has been shown to have over 92 different side effects and diseases. Wait, I'm missing something. Missing part of that sentence. This is from womeninbalance.org. This is a 2012 article. According to some research, aspartame has been shown to be the common denominator in over 92 different side effects and diseases. Dr. Axe. I like Dr. Axe. Yeah, cancer is a big deal. There's been tons of cancer in mice. The original studies on aspartame were really crazy. So all these mice had tumors in them, and the researchers and this is written in the research documents, which is really interesting. Like these companies that do this research that shows their product is bad, somehow there's a paper trail. And so the original research is, yes, like half of our mice have cancer, and here's where the lesion, here's where the tumor is. That's that research was then overwritten. It was like crossed out. And then all of those tumors, every single one was downgraded to not a tumor. Like they actually like cut out the tumor. They're like, oh no, there wasn't a tumor there. Like this is and the company that was approving aspartame, I think it's JD Searle, is Searle. They were under indictment for fraudulent studies. Like they were in serious trouble. And so what happened was JD Searle appointed Donald Rumsfeld as their president. I think it was JD Searle. It's definitely Searle. I don't know if it's JD Searle. Company created aspartame. It was discovered in 1965 by James Schlatter, by G.D. Searle, not J.D. Searle, excuse me, G.D. Searle. So G.D. Searle is under indictment, really big trouble. And then they appoint Donald Rumsfeld. Ronald Reagan gets elected president. Reagan and Rumsfeld are friends. And so Reagan and Rumsfeld talk. Reagan appoints a new head of the FDA. That head of the FDA, so they dropped all the charges against G.D. Searle for falsifying evidence about a food product, which is a big damn deal. They drop all charges, and then they appoint a new head of the FDA who approves aspartame for snack cakes and cookies, and then a year later for diet sodas. And then that head of the FDA soon thereafter retired. Amazing. That happened. That is what's in diet drinks. Do you want to be consuming a chemical that was so bad it caused cancer in a ton of rats, ton of mice? They doctored the research, and then this company had to basically get the best friend of the president, a good friend of the president, appointed president of their company to not be indicted for falsifying studies, and then somehow it's in our food. That's the story of aspartame. There's a great documentary on it. I'll look it up. Isn't that fascinating? Who thinks that story is crazy cool? Isn't that amazing? All right, so aspartame documentary. Forbidden History of Aspartame, a mini documentary. That might be helpful. Aspartame in the brain. Ooh, Dr. Oz on Oprah Winfrey about aspartame. Oh, here it is. Errol Morris on Donald Rumsfeld, one of the strangest interviews I've ever done. So finally, someone talks about Donald Rumsfeld and aspartame. Aspartame documentary, Donald Rumsfeld. I got into this stuff when I was really into like getting fluoride out of the water, and so I really went deep into these strange additives. There's a documentary on Donald Rumsfeld. Huh, that's interesting. I'm sorry, I don't have a good name of a documentary for you right now. They're out there. Just poke around for a while. The aspartame story is just crazy. Thoughts on turkey tail? Turkey tail is great. Turkey tail's in my lion's mane supplement. If you want to get turkey tail and lion's mane, my white teeth. Thank you. Monk fruit sugar is great. Turkey tail is really good for the immune system. Magnesium glycinate is terrific. I would choose that over magnesium baths. We don't know how much magnesium is absorbed in baths. There's not good data on that that I'm aware of. Liquid stevia doesn't taste sweet. What kind did you buy? Carrie Fisher drank 12 Diet Cokes a day. That's a lot of Diet Cokes. I think aspartame does produce formaldehyde. Good dogs. There you are. Yeah, no substitute sugar. So here are the healthy sugars. So you want to avoid the chemical sugars. That's sucralose, that's Splenda, that's Equal, and that's aspartame. I know some of those are repeats because like what are the artificial sweeteners? The synthetic sweeteners. You want to avoid the synthetic chemical ones. Names of the synthetic artificial sweeteners. Aspartame, 200 times sweeter than sugar. It's made of 2 amino acids, aspartic acid and phenylalanine. Sucralose is a synthetic sweetener that is 600 times sweeter than sugar. Asulfame, potassium. Neotame, 7,000 times sweeter. What the hell is that? Advantame. Okay, this is giving me really uncommon things. All right, so basically avoid any sweetener that's a chemical. I think that's pretty safe. So that's aspartame, sucralose, and Equal. And there's one more. All right. Let's see what we got here. I'm just going to skip to the bottom. What does sugar do to your brain? Oh, right. The title of today's thing. I'm going to ask the AI, but I'm going to give you my answer first. What does sugar do to the brain? So here's the negative impact of sugar on the brain. Number one, it increases the risk of type 2 diabetes. This is very serious. Type 2 diabetes significantly increases the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Why? Type 2 diabetes means that you're not using insulin effectively. That's necessary for energy. Insulin is a hormone secreted by the pancreas that helps us use energy. If your insulin response is not healthy, your body's not using energy properly. And so that can create brain fog. Insulin sensitivity. Type 2 diabetes also increases the risk of inflammation and obesity. So all kinds of problems with that. So refined sugar consumption increases the risk of Alzheimer's disease via the increased risk of diabetes. Number two, it increases weight gain. This is a problem. Weight gain, specifically visceral fat, that's fat around your belly, and then that's fat that's stored near your organs or on your organs. That's very dangerous. There was one study that showed that visceral fat was a better prediction of disease than other measures. It's just belly fat. It's a prediction of how much fat's around your organs. You don't want that, especially around your liver. Fatty liver disease is very, very bad. That can happen from sugar consumption as well as alcohol consumption. And so if you're fat, or if you have fat around your organs from sugar, that reduces all kinds of health metrics, that impairs health. First of all, it makes it less likely that you're going to exercise. Exercise is medicine for your brain. Anything that impairs your ability to exercise is bad for your brain. And certainly being overweight does that. It's not like being overweight inspires you to exercise. It's a hurdle to exercise because it's harder to exercise. It's harder to get off the couch. It's harder to move. It's less enjoyable to move at first. And so that's another thing it does for the brain. And then sugar is also an emotional destabilizer. I told the story earlier. I ate some high sugar food today. I ate dates. Now, dates are a whole food, but I ate them kind of on an empty stomach. I ate them with some walnuts, but I ate the dates first. So I think it increased my blood sugar pretty rapidly. And then I yelled at my mother. I got upset at her like that. It was amazing. And that doesn't happen to me often. And I thought, wow, what was that? I'm not used to feeling angry and upset and having my emotions go up and down like that in the middle of my workday. That's not how I usually am. And so sugar is an uh, emotional disruptor. It dysregulates our emotions. There's a great psychiatrist, Dr. Georgia Eadie. You can find her in the documentary Fat, I think, as well as Fat Fiction. I'm not quite sure. She's amazing. She's been treating psychiatric disorders by putting them on a low carb diet. That's wonderful. So she's made a huge difference in so many people's lives by getting them off refined sugar. And she's found that their psychiatric issues, their emotional issues have stabilized. So sugar is an emotional destabilizer, and that can negatively impact your relationships. That's a problem. There's two things that matter in life that are extremely important, that have mattered in the past, and I believe will certainly matter in the future. Those are your physical health, or your health in general, you can say emotional, spiritual health, and your relationships. Your relationships deeply matter. We're human beings. We love other people, and we're designed to love other people. And when we're emotionally unstable or less stable, that can impair our relationships, and that's a big problem. And that can have us feel more lonely, and that can have all kinds of consequences. Dr. Daniel Goleman, who wrote the book Social Intelligence as well as Emotional Intelligence, he shared data that showed that being lonely increases the risk of disease more than smoking cigarettes. So if the choices are, do I smoke a cigarette and hang out with my friends who are my only friends, or do I not smoke and have no friends? It's much better to have friends and smoke cigarettes. That's healthier. I'm not advising you to smoke, but smoking cigarettes is less dangerous for you than loneliness. And so if we're emotionally upset at our friends and loved ones, that can increase loneliness. So those are three things that sugar, three ways that sugar can hurt overall health as well as brain health. Lastly, and this is really important, sugar increases inflammation. Inflammation is one of the primary causes of Alzheimer's disease. There's a study from Framingham, Massachusetts. This is a wonderful study. It's a longitudinal study. They're looking at individuals over decades, over a lifetime. What they found was that inflammation levels at age 40 predicted the risk of Alzheimer's disease at age 70. That means your inflammation levels today, my inflammation levels today, predict my future risk of Alzheimer's disease. That's important. And sugar greatly increases inflammation, especially chronic consumption of sugar, which most people do. Most people don't eat sugar once a week. Most people eat sugar every day. Most people eat sugar several times a day. That's chronic consumption that leads to low-level chronic inflammation, and over time, that builds and builds and increases the risk of almost every preventable chronic disease. Inflammation increases the risk of most diseases, and sugar increases inflammation in most people. So that is what sugar does to the brain. Questions? Including dates, evidently dates. So next time I do that, I'm going to eat nuts before dates. And I've removed sugar from the house. I've just gotten rid of all of it. I've insisted my parents don't have it around. I've gotten them a bunch of LD chocolate, or if they've gotten a bunch of LD chocolate, I got some right here. Q chocolate, Lily's chocolate. Got to have good chocolate around. Okay. Dr. Chris Miller, what did Dr. Chris Miller do on Dr. Huberman's podcast? I like Dr. Huberman. Georgia Eadie's awesome. My husband eats too much sugar. I don't know what to do. Yolanda, I don't have an answer for you. You can start reducing sugar and start. Do you do most of the cooking? Start. I do most of the cooking when I'm with my parents, because I'm more skilled in the kitchen than they are. And so if you do most of the cooking, you have control over the food. And so you can start giving him low sugar desserts, for example. Yeah, blood glucose monitors are awesome. Gigi, I think dates do increase blood sugar. Is there a specific brand of stevia? I get, I'll look up what I usually get. I get organic stevia. On all these things, you basically want organic. It's just more likely you're getting clean stuff. Stevia. What kind of stevia did I get? I got Better Stevia by Now Foods. It's organic stevia. Better Stevia by Now Foods. I think that's also the. And then where did I get my monk fruit sugar? And then Now Foods also makes a monk fruit sugar. So that's where I got them. Okay, any other questions about sugar? Yeah, the study about the male schizophrenic who started keto and schizophrenia went away. Yeah, Dr. Chris Palmer went on the Tim Ferriss show, and he talked about ketogenic diet and helping fix psychiatric disorders. Fascinating. There's so much interesting things happening right now, so much good data going on right now. It's really cool. Oh, I think it's Chris Palmer, Amber Foose. I think Chris Palmer is the doctor. Is the doctor from Harvard, psychiatrist from Harvard? Yes. Okay, great. It's all right. You got Chris and you got Huberman. Pretty good. Haven't tried monk fruit sugar. Stevia does taste rough. Do monk fruit sugar. It's got a much softer taste. If you're going to add them both, I like to do 10 drops. So do a 2-to-1 monk fruit sugar. So 10 drops monk fruit sugar, 5 drops stevia. That works pretty well. I agree. Stevia's got an intense, it's got a metallic taste to it. Both my parents have Alzheimer's disease. I'm sorry. How far progressed are they? You can still do things to slow down and stop it. If both of them have it, um, I would. I mean, so Lori, are you new to the channel? Lori Jimenez, are you new? My channel is basically devoted to health and preventing Alzheimer's disease, and so that's what we talk about. And if both my parents had Alzheimer's disease, I would do gosh darn everything I could to slow down the progression, for a couple reasons. Number one, I don't want them to slip away and lose their memory. The faster it progresses, the harder it is to stop. Number two, it saves a ton of money, um, and money matters with Alzheimer's disease because I've talked to potential clients like, "Oh, your services are too much." I say, "Okay, I understand that, but you understand what it costs to have someone have Alzheimer's disease. If they go to a nursing home, that's 100 grand a year, every year, as long as they're alive. That's expensive. You think my services are expensive. What do you think this disease costs? Alzheimer's is the most expensive disease in America. On average, it costs $330,000 per person. That's including insurance. This shit's really expensive." And so I would do everything you can to slow down and stop the progression, um, for the emotional reasons, and then for the very concrete reasons, as it's going to get really expensive. Care for someone with Alzheimer's disease is very expensive. I recommend starting getting the book The End of Alzheimer's Program by Dale Bredesen. That's $10, and put your parents on the program to the extent that you can, and then watch my free masterclass. You can get that link if you click the link. If you click my profile and go to my profile page, click my link tree. Karina, if you're still here, if you drop that in the chat. So Lori, you can watch my free masterclass, and that'll give you some things you can do. But please do something. Like some people freeze when their parents have Alzheimer's disease, and then they get a bunch of information and don't do anything. Please don't do that. Please do absolutely everything you can to slow down and stop the progression. And if you do enough, you might even be able to reverse the memory loss. There are over 300 documented cases of people reversing memory loss associated with Alzheimer's disease if you take the right steps. And so follow the protocol in Dr. Dale Bredesen's book. That works. It works, and it involves the things we talked about today: getting rid of the sugar, doing the ketogenic diet, taking the right supplements, doing exercise, reducing stress, checking out heavy metals. Do you have heavy metal poisoning? Because that can impair brain function. So you want to see what's causing the Alzheimer's disease. And so I really recommend you get that book and get cracking. And so please watch my masterclass. That'll have some helpful information. Creatine's great for the brain, Michael. Creatine is one of the most studied supplements on earth. It's extremely safe. You must drink water with it. You must drink lots of water to flush it out of your body. Creatine increases the availability of energy, and that's good for mental performance. So creatine is great for physical and mental performance. Reverse it how? Reverse memory loss by doing the things I just described, Jim. But when you do all these things together, when you increase your exercise, improve your diet, cut out the refined sugars, take the right supplements, remove heavy metals, people can actually get their memory back. It's really amazing. Check out Dr. Dale Bredesen's book. It's great. Thank you for posting that, Ocean Favor. You're welcome, Lori. God bless you. Best of luck to you. Aaron, I'm glad you found me too. There's hope. No one on this call, if you can pay attention to the words I'm saying, no one who can hear this need get Alzheimer's disease. There are things you can do right now to greatly reduce your risk. And heaven forbid, if you are ever diagnosed, there are things you can do to stop the progression and reverse the memory loss. This has been documented by Dr. Dale Bredesen in multiple cases. He's published the research. He's given you the research in his book, The End of Alzheimer's Program. He tells you the exact steps to take. Get cracking. Let's start today with sugar. Who's making a pledge to get rid of sugar? Who's making a pledge to get rid of refined sugar with the steps we talked about today? The first step is to commit. The second step is to get the people in your house to commit or agree what you're going to do. Say, hey, we're not going to bring sugar into the house. We're not bringing donuts into the house. We're not bringing refined sugar cookies into the house, right? If you want to eat that, you got to go outside the house, something like that. So 1, commit to it. 2, work with the people in your home to get clear on what your agreements are around sugar. 3, remove it from your house. 4, eat your meals at home for 2 weeks to get your gut bacteria set up. And 5, keep persisting. And then start making keto-friendly desserts. You can have dessert and still be free of refined sugars. Make keto-friendly desserts. My favorite keto diet person, keto desserts. I think she's Yum Foods. She's got a great blog. I think she's got a great Wholesome Yum. She's great. What's her name? She's got a ton of free recipes. Wholesome. Just look up Wholesome Yum keto desserts. They're great. I'm coming out with a cookbook with Chad Tackett on weight loss foods that burn fat and are good for the brain, including some desserts. So look at the Wholesome Yum. You can get her cookbook. She's got a keto cookbook, and she's got a ton of recipes online. Let me read you some of these desserts. Lunch, dinner, salad, side dishes, soups. Keto chocolate mousse, keto mug cake recipe, keto fat bomb, which is a chocolate fat bomb, fudgy keto brownies, only 6 ingredients, keto chocolate ice cream. There are low carb keto bars. Oh, there's ketogenic ice cream. It's like Halo ice cream. I think it's called Halo. It's delicious. It's made with so you can even have ice cream and be low sugar. Amazing. There's keto sugar cookies. I don't know what's in those. It's interesting. There's something called Sex in a Pan. Did I just lose that? That looked delicious. There's keto cheesecake. Oh my gosh. Let's see what's in the keto cheesecake. Now, I don't recommend all these ingredients necessarily. Some of them are dairy. I don't do dairy, but if you're giving up sugar, you can give yourself some flexibility. So some of the ingredients are cream cheese, eggs, lemon juice, vanilla extract. Where are the ingredients? There's a raspberry sauce that goes to it. Okay, here are the ingredients. 2 cups almond flour, unsalted butter, allulose, vanilla. So the sweetener is allulose. Then there's cream cheese, monk fruit sugar, allulose blend, eggs, lemon juice, vanilla extract. Oh man. So you can do this when you're no sugar. You got this. You got this, Patty. I'm in. I'm gonna. So many of you committed to this. I want to go through and read those that are in. Okay. So we got J Ray, we got Minnie Mouse, me. We got RK Oliver, I am for sure. We got Sue Kim Marie, I commit. We got me 100 Finn, I've reduced sugar, awesome. We got J Ray already changed. Changed how to make my coffee. The MM Cell. I'd make the pledge, but this is my third try. Well, just commit to it and do your best. We're here for you. Happy Herbal. I'm free of refined sugar. Awesome. Holly O's. Gluten is worse. Yes, you can certainly argue that. And then we're working on sugar today. I think sugar's harder to get rid of than gluten for sure because sugar's in everything. Shy 4672. I'm starting today. Awesome. Amber Foos. I'm in. Petite. No sugar 1 year here. Great. And I want to be clear, no refined sugar. Right. And so I would think the occasional coconut sugar is okay. No more coffee creamer. All right. I'm dropping sugar and switching from Diet Coke to iced coffee. Awesome. Jessica's in. Liebs Simon Gailey. Gail's in. Redhead's in. Allulose is awesome. Jim Hill, who are you? This guy is making shit up. Nothing true about from a professional. Have you been here? I've been on Talking Science for like 2 hours, bro. Have you listened to anything I've said? I'm just looking to rob you. I'm asking people to commit to not eating sugar. Please tell me how I'm robbing anybody. I don't. How long have you been here? This is fascinating. Paula's in. Amo Lisa, I commit with my family. Awesome. Yes, you want your family in. Them sell. Pamela, I'm third try. I'm not giving up. That's right. Michael Manning, let's do this. Absolutely. Brother ate sugar all his life, had cancer. Sorry. After Christmas. All right, that's reasonable. But seriously, do it after Christmas. Don't wait for New Year's. And start reducing today, MS Carib. Start reducing today. You don't need to go completely dry, but start cutting back. Monk fruit sugar is great. We've been sugar free for 2 weeks. Awesome, Muffin the Wonder Cat. What's the recipe link for that dessert? Look up Wholesome Yum Foods and look up keto recipes. Already started. Awesome, Phoenix. My Still Blues. I'm in. Kim's in. Me 100 Fins in. Fantastic. This is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you, Myers Blue. Angela, we're talking about committing to letting go of sugar. You're welcome, K. Pina. Kim's in. Xylitol is great, but too much. I'm lying about the truth. Opinion is just that. I'm lying about the truth. What am I lying about, Jim? I kind of don't want to devote a whole lot of time to you because I'm pretty clear with myself and those of, I mean, how many of y'all have been on like 5 or more lives and have found this helpful? I'm pretty clear that regularly I show up and I do my best to share the science, share the truth, and help people live healthier lives. And over the last couple of weeks, I've gotten some sponsors and I offer healthy products that I use myself to these people. And I still give away a lot for free. And I'm showing up here for 2 hours on Thursday night, answering questions and helping people out for free. And so I don't know what you're talking about or what your concern is. Do you work for the aspartame industry, or what am I saying that's upset you? Do you work for the sugar industry? Do you really like sugar? You don't like the fact that it's bad for you? What's your deal? BJ Ma Hill can give up sugar, but not my sugarless sourdough bread. All right. Well, work on the sugar first. Vitamin water slushy made with stevia. Interesting. Sugar equals poison. Can I talk about MS? Not tonight. All right. So people are committed to making it. Best way to lower cholesterol is to lower your carb intake. You can take too many supplements. That would be if you're not drinking enough water, or if you take some that like do the same thing. So if you take 10 magnesium supplements, that's not a good idea. What's a good sugar? Allulose. These are my healthy sugars. Allulose, not mine. These are the ones that I like. Allulose, monk fruit sugar, stevia, erythritol. and then xylitol, and then you can use coconut sugar. Thank you, Vanessa. Jackie, you've changed my life. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, it's Betches. Thank you, Polly. I try to give references. Thank you, TikTok Uwe. Oh, thank you, Karina. Thank you for all the kind comments. And so you're going to try no sugar, Lori. Awesome. You got this. Thank you. Roar. All right, loving the roars. Thank you, Lucinda. Thank you for all the kind notes. Thank you, Michael. How to reduce epilepsy. So Sky Besky, here's the answer. There's the ketogenic diet has been used to stop seizures in children for almost 100 years. The ketogenic diet, it helps about 2/3 of them. Watch the documentary Fat. It opens with using the ketogenic diet to reduce epilepsy. Search the ketogenic diet and epilepsy. You'll get great answers. Well, thank you, Mojo. Thank you, Minnie Mouse. Roar to you, Phoenix. Thank you, Talbot Girl, Danny, Inesco. No. Thank you, Michelle. Awesome, Myers Blue. You're rocking it. Thank you, Natalia. Tego Life. Talbot Girl. I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio right now. I'm moving to Miami soon. Sugar, besides getting fat, brings you many problems. Sounds about right. What is the healthiest cheese option? I don't know. Cheese has a number of problems. I'm just not going to go there. It's a long conversation. Angela's in. Did you grow up eating junk food? Not really. My mother wouldn't let me. Stopped last August. Awesome TikTok. Yeah, monk fruit sugar is great. You have a horrible sugar addiction. Come on, you got this, redheads. You can do this. Join us. Commit to doing your very best. Just get rid of the refined sugar. I eat a lot of like you can eat as many of these as you want. As many of these chocolate bars as you want. No problemo. Sugar cravings. So Danny, we've been talking about that. Magnesium helps. Also, get yourself some healthy alternatives. Get some organic apples. If you feel a sugar craving, eat an apple. It's extremely sweet. And then commit to going sugar-free. Get it out of your house. Get the people in your home involved. Get them to agree to not bring sugar into the house. It's hard to give up sugar when your roommates bring home donuts. It is. So ask them not to bring home donuts, not to offer you any. Like if you were trying to give up a drug, sugar is a drug. If you're trying to give up cigarettes and your roommates smoke and they keep on offering you cigarettes, like, hey, come outside and smoke with me. That's hard. Much easier if they don't smoke at the house or they don't tell you when they're going to go smoke. Much easier, right? Much easier if you're giving up alcohol for your friends not to invite you out to a bar every night. Yeah, Jim, I think I'm just gonna block you, bro. I don't think you're contributing to the conversation. I don't think you're open to hear what I'm saying. So I'm just gonna get rid of you. Many blessings to you. I wonder what your deal is. Maybe you've never had anyone like give you helpful advice without trying to get money from you. Fascinating. Supplements to get rid of heavy metals. Yeah, chlorella. And I'm blanking on the other thing you need to combine with it. It's not parsley. Follow the medical medium heavy metal detox. So not just supplement, follow the detox smoothie. Cilantro, chlorella and cilantro. Okay. Boy, it's been a while since I've had someone like being kind of tough on the live. I don't know. Were any of y'all here when there was this woman who was just attacking me because I wasn't a medical doctor? And she was like going crazy on me. And she showed up 2 nights in a row and she stayed on for like 30 minutes. She stayed on 30 minutes, like attacking me. It was really funny. I was like, why are you here? There's so many things to do. Like, why would you sit on my live where I'm answering questions and just being mad at me because I'm not a medical doctor? Like, like surely you have something better to do with your time. Does anyone remember that? This was like 2 months ago. Polly Pocket Sunshine, it was terrible. Do you remember that woman? It was so funny. I was like, "Why are you here? Like, if you don't like this, go anywhere else. This is not a classroom. This is totally optional." Was it Karen? Was that who it was? Was it Karen? Do you remember that, Karina? That was so funny. I didn't know, and then she showed up the next night. She came again. I'm like, "Why are you here? Go watch television for crying out loud. You're really coming on my live to attack me? Strange." It's been a while for that. Oh, do y'all remember like 2 weeks ago where there was a man kind of attacking me and he's like, "This guy doesn't know what he's talking about." And then like I talked to him for a minute and then he started joining in. He's like, "Yes, I'm gonna stop eating sugar and I'm gonna do these things." It was really interesting. Why, thank you, Amber. Huge chocolate bars for your daughter. Awesome. Polly Pocket, you remember that? Maybe Jim was lonely. Maybe. I mean, he'd make more friends if he joined the crowd, right? Not that, he should give up his values. If his value is I'm lying to people, sure, speak your value. But this is not a receptive audience. This is a self-selected audience, right? You're here because you like what we do here in the Lion's Den. And so saying that this is fraudulent is not going to get him very far. Jim has too much sugar. Totally. Thank you, Yolanda. That's exactly what happened. Jim was eating sugar all day and now he's just all upset. My grandson has ADHD. Something natural he can take to improve dopamine. Yes, exercise. Seriously, Joanne, Joan, I so suggest exercise. It's what saved me in middle school, high school, college. Better sleep, low carb diet. And then I don't recommend supplements necessarily for children. I don't recommend anything. I advocate for not doing drugs for children. Of course, this is an important decision. So decide what's best to do for yourself. L-tyrosine can help. L-tyrosine is like the stimulation of a cup of coffee. And then L-theanine can produce a calmness. Those go well. Also, alpha GPC increases acetylcholine. That can help. I would do all of those before taking any drugs. And I'm not giving you medical advice. Do what you think is best. Some people are miserable humans. Isn't that sad? Cilantro and why am I blanking this, Etta? Chlorella, cilantro and chlorella. Yes, I do have a PhD. I'm a nurse, just not registered. Yeah, she was insane. That Karen one was insane. I kind of wish she'd come back and just like be upset. That was kind of funny. All publicity is good publicity. That was just odd. Yes, I will try to block the negative. I will do my best to block the negative. Hu does have added sugars. Hu has coconut sugar, and I like the company. They have a reasonable amount of sugar. And so I would say this is okay. I would say coconut. So this is a really great company. Look, they're really trying. It says right on the front, no refined sugar. So I guess how you define no refined sugar. No refined sugar, no cane sugar, no sugar alcohols, no dairy, no soy, no palm oil, no lecithins, no emulsifiers. Really healthy, clean stuff. If you like Lily's chocolate better, go with Lily's. E and Ava, you were on that one. Yeah, Karen was so strange. That was so odd. All right. It's 12:30. I was trying to get off here by 12. I was trying to get off here by 11:30. What happened? Ugh. Y'all are so fun. I don't know how to end these lives before like 2 hours. Goodness, how long have we been on? 2.5 hours. Wow. Hi, Victoria. Thanks for being in here. Yes, I will put the link in there as well. I'll put the Linktree link in there as well. Okay, before we go, any burning questions on sugar before I tell you all about the free resources that we have? And then for those of you who are interested, I'll talk about EMFs. This is something a company sent me that has been pretty cool, and there's some interesting research behind it. What is the link? Slash. What's that? More questions, and then we will wrap up. What do you think about Shilajit? Gosh, let's ask the AI. I've answered this question a couple of times. I don't remember the answer. I think it's anti-inflammatory, if I'm right. benefits. What are the benefits of Shilajit? I told Jim, whatever his name was, that I was consulting an AI. And so it's scouring the internet for answers. So if he disagrees with the answers, I think he disagrees with the collective knowledge of humanity. Okay, here are the benefits of Shilajit. I'm just going to skip the intro. It improved energy levels, boosting the immune system, improving brain function. I'll read that. Shilajit is believed to contain compounds that may help improve brain function and cognitive performance. Enhances physical performance, reduces stress and anxiety. So according to this, it may have a variety of benefits. It doesn't tell me how. What does Shilajit do? Does Shilajit do to improve brain health? Does it reduce inflammation? Shilajit may have a protective effect against cognitive decline. Contains compounds that it may have an anti-inflammatory effect. I thought so. Some research suggests it may reduce inflammation in the body. More research is needed to further understand its effect on the brain and to determine optimal dosage. That's a problem with some of these things. We don't know the best dosage. All right, so asking it an in-depth question, and it only goes back to 2021. It looks like it reduces inflammation. All right, so that's the last question that I'm going to answer tonight. And I'm going to go through the resources in my link tree and see if anyone has any questions about that, and then we'll get out of here. So if you just came in here for the science and don't want to hear me talk about the free resources and some of the supplements I take, good night. I just want you to know that that's what I'm going to be talking about for the next 5 minutes or so. All right. So if you're new, if you're new, please say hello. So many people are new and they never comment. So please, yes, Alzheimer's disease do crave sugar. Great question, Demso. So they crave sugar because their brain is lacking energy. And so they think that sugar is the answer, when in reality, fat is the answer. The answer is not more sugar. The answer is ketones. And you get ketones by taking MCT oil, for example, or an MCT oil powder, or being in the state of ketosis, which is a metabolic state where your body burns fat for energy rather than sugar for energy. So that's why Alzheimer's disease patients crave sugar, because their brain is lacking energy. And so it's trying to get it, and it thinks that sugar is the answer. That's what I think. We don't have that's the best hypothesis right now. We don't know exactly why, because I don't think we've tested, why does someone crave sugar? But that would be the good theory, right? I think that's a reasonable theory, that their brain's starving for energy. How do you spell that? Shilajit, Shilajit, Shilajit. You can use monk fruit sugar for baking, but you need to use allulose or erythritol, because otherwise there's not enough volume, right? So if you have a cup of sugar, you're not going to use a cup of monk fruit sugar. You're going to use like a teaspoon of monk fruit sugar, but then there's not enough volume in the baked goods. So you want to use either allulose or erythritol when you're baking in place of sugar, to make sure there's enough volume in the baked good. Does that make sense? Because you can't take out a cup of sugar and add a teaspoon of monk fruit sugar powder and think that's going to work, right? There's volume missing, and so you want to use allulose or erythritol. Okay, so let's start with the harmony pendant. So how many of you are concerned about EMFs? EMFs are electromagnetic frequencies that are all around us from our phone, our routers, and so forth. They've been increasing. Some people are extremely sensitive to them. Maybe 1% to 2% are extremely sensitive. A friend of mine wasn't able to sleep when they put her new router in. I did some research on this. So unfortunately, a lot of people are making claims about devices, quote, blocking EMFs. There's not good data to support that, because it's hard to measure, number one. And so this does not block anything. That's not the claim. And I don't want to say that. And I want you to think that this is not blocking EMFs. The research shows that people who are exposed to EMFs, when they put this on, it improves their physical health, it reduces stress, and improves heart rate variability. So they measured health markers in people before and after putting this on, and they noticed a difference. Um, it's really important. So that's the difference. So this is shown to help people when they're exposed to EMFs, to help them physically, right? There's a physical benefit. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know why it works. Um, and so that's what I have to tell you about it. I've been wearing it. I notice a difference when I feel it. It's not a tremendous difference. It's not like the difference between drinking coffee and not drinking coffee. It's much more subtle. Um, it feels like a relaxed groundedness is how I would describe it. Um, and people report that they sleep better. It's been helpful for some people with brain fog. I don't have brain fog, so that hasn't been an issue for me. But I feel this more in the relaxation category. And so, if you're concerned about EMFs, it's EMFs are increasing in the amount around us as we get more and more electronics. And I think the WHO recently classified EMFs as a possible carcinogen. That's a darn big deal, especially in cell phones when you hold it next to your head. Please don't do that. And please don't sleep with your cell phone next to you. Mothers, I know some of you will do this if your children are out. If you're going to leave your cell phone on, which I don't recommend at night, I turn it on airplane mode or turn it off. But a lot of us use our cell phone for alarms. I would put your cell phone at least 5 feet away from your bed. You'll still be able to hear it. Don't keep it next to your bed. That's a really bad idea. So keep your cell phone away from your head. You can turn your router off at night. That can help, but there are other routers in your apartment, building, neighborhood, and so forth. So if you want to invest in something, not only for your short-term health, because you might feel a difference right away. I don't know what your experience is going to be. This could also help reduce your the negative impact of EMFs in the long term. This is called a harmony pendant. And there's a study that 10 doctors in 9 different clinics did, testing the impact of this on health and heart rate variability and other biological markers. It was very impactful. And so I read over the study. It was very cool. And I've experienced a benefit myself, albeit a subtle one. And so I wanted to offer this to you. If you're interested in this, below my profile, this is called Harmony Pendant, Protect Yourself from EMFs. If you click on that, there's a whole page with data about this and testimonials and people talking about it, the research on it. And then if you buy, it's got a really significant discount. So ordinarily, this is the stainless steel one. This is the small one, which I've experienced a benefit from. This one is usually $149. I think it's like $80. Or if you buy one, there's 77. If there's $70 if you buy two, something like that. So there's a really nice discount. This could be a great present to someone if you don't know what to give them, but they're health conscious. Or if you're having trouble sleeping, this is worthwhile. And they have a 60-day money-back guarantee. So if you're having trouble sleeping and you think EMS might be responsible, wear this during the day. I don't recommend wearing this when you sleep because of the chain. It can be kind of weird when you're tossing and turning. But wear this at least before bed, the hour before bed. See if this improves your sleep. Do a little experiment on yourself. Risk-free experiment. If you don't like it, if you don't notice a difference, you can send it back. They have a 60-day money-back guarantee. No problem. So sleep is so important for our brain health, for weight loss. Those who struggle with sleep, they often retain more fat because their body's afraid because they're not getting enough sleep. And so I'd really recommend this, especially for sleep, energy. If you have brain fog, you don't know why, this could be really helpful. This is called Harmony Pendant. All these things, I do get a commission on the sales. So I want to be upfront about that. I'm collaborating. I'm sponsored by all these products. Okay. Any questions about Harmony Pendant? Are laptops less dangerous than smartphones? Your laptop, keep it off your lap. Put that on a desk. Try to keep some distance from it. Is it okay to have sugar once in a while? Depends what kind of sugar and what else it's in. When you're first getting rid of it, I would say no. How do you purchase the Harmony Pendant? Go to my Linktree. Karina, if you're still here, or Ashley, if you're here, or someone wants to post my Linktree link in it for Zachary here. You can also go click my picture in the top left. I think it's here. I don't know if that's the right place. And that'll take you to my profile. Click the Linktree there, and the Harmony Pendant is the first one there. Okay, any other questions about the Harmony Pendant? The page has a ton of information on it. It'll be able to help you out. EMF's Harmony Pendant. Thank you, Paley. You're welcome, Tiny Gargoyle. You're welcome, Wind and Sunfire. So Chelsea, I'm not answering any other questions right now. I'm just going to go through the resources in my link tree. And so, including a lot of free offers. And so, thank you, Karina. You're such a trooper. I so appreciate it. My brain has been foggy for years. Zach, give it a try. You got nothing to lose. Seriously. If you don't like it, if you don't notice the benefit, send it back. I've done this for a variety of products that I tried out that I didn't experience a benefit from. And that's how you know you have a reputable company, because they stand behind their products, that they offer a money back guarantee. They want you to try it. They want you to experience it. Try it out. See, I mean, goodness, what's a good night's sleep worth? I mean, if I were to toss and turn all night, or if I could pay $100 and get great sleep, I would totally pay $100, because bad sleep ruins my day. I would pay a lot of money to not have a ruined day. And so you can buy this once for $80 if it helps your sleep forever, or for however long you don't lose it. What a great investment, right? What if it improves your sleep 10%? 10% over the course, and you only keep it a year. What would that be worth? Improving your sleep 10% for a year? That's so valuable. Oh my gosh. So if it can help you with your sleep, please give it a try. What is my take on dreams? They are our subconscious mind communicating important ideas to us. And I recommend taking lion's mane, because you get really vivid dreams. I'll talk about lion's mane in a minute. Give diet soda. Awesome, pickle juice queen. You rock. Sugar is good for your brain? No, it's bad for your brain. Very, very bad. Yes, Karina's my Karina, what title would you like for yourself? Fruit has okay sugar. Do they have kid sizes? So what you can do is you can shorten the chain for a kid. That would be, here, let's look. Oh, so there's a link here. And so I can change where this links to. I think you could also, I'm sure you could take this to a jeweler, and for $5 they could change the link to whatever you wanted. So yeah, so I'm an adult male. This hangs down to about the center of my chest. I think that's where you want it. You want it about the center of your chest, over the heart chakra for you chakra folks. So you could, if you want to try it for your kids, you could certainly adjust this really easily. You could also, if you had this is just this is a harmony, this is a pendant on a chain. If you had a chain made for children, for the size of children, you could put it on that. You want this long though, so you can take it off when you're doing sports. Unclipping it is really a pain in the butt. I found that prohibited me from wearing jewelry, because I didn't want to, unclip the tiny little thing. Okay. Any other questions about that? It's an EMF necklace. Yes, it reduces it protects against the negative impact of EMFs. It does not block EMFs, but it does in a research study conducted in 9 different centers. It found that people who wore this, and they had improved heart rate variability and reduced stress. And so it helps with EMFs. I want to be careful about my language, because I'm not saying it blocks EMFs. I don't want to say something that's not true. It is a pendant. It's not heavy. It's super light. Could a 7-year-old wear this? Sure. I don't know how light this is. This is about the weight of a quarter, something like that. Fruit sugar causes insulin resistance. If you eat a lot of it, it can, but usually most people who have type 2 diabetes have it from processed food, not from fruit. The live wife, yes. So I can be the live helper or the assistant, whatever you'd like. You can be the lioness if you like the lion theme. Is water fasting good for your brain? Depends. That's a bigger question. I don't know if it's good for your brain. You need to be ready to do a water fast. Okay. What is EMF? Electromagnetic frequency. If you're interested, just click the link and learn about it. This is stainless steel. How do you order the pendant? Assistant Lioness Karina, would you post the link for that person? Who is that? Love Lavender. Oh, hey, Love Lavender. Where have you been? Oh, that's what material. Yes, this is stainless steel. And Gina, this is called a harmony pendant, and you can get it at the link below my profile, or the link tree that the lovely Karina will post for you soon. Right there, pendant link tree. Thank you so much. So that's that. That website has a ton of information on it, and you get a really nice discount. Great money back guarantee. Check that out. Great gift for you, your family, children. Goodness gracious, for children who can't sleep. Totally worked it. Well, great to have you, Love Lavender. All right, next, my free report, my top 10 supplements. Roar to you, Karina. Thank you. Yes, I love the lioness. All right, so my top 10 supplements. If you want to know what supplements I buy, where I buy them, I'm not sponsored by any of the companies in that. I'm just telling you what I get, why I take them, where I buy them, what to look for in a good supplement. I put it all in that free report. It's yours totally for free. Just click the button. All this is below. All this is in the link the lioness Karina has posted here. Linktree/Robert W.B. Love. All this stuff is there. You can just go there and it's all there for you. And so that's a free report on my top 10 supplements for the brain. I would start there. If you don't know what supplements to take, read through it, see which one sounds like it'd be a good place for you to start, and invest in your health. You will also be subscribed to my email newsletter, which is going to contain a bunch of awesome emails written with the help of AI. They're going to be so good. I just wrote one today. It's really good. All right, so you get my brain fitness newsletter there as well. Next is my free masterclass, How to Prevent Alzheimer's Disease. There's a woman who both of her parents have Alzheimer's disease. I don't know if you're still here. You want to get that. That's for, that's if you're interested in preventing Alzheimer's disease, which I think most of us want to do. CHC, ordered 2 magnesium supplements I recommend. Awesome. I'm excited to see what changes you notice too. I'm guessing you got magnesium glycinate, threonate. That's awesome. Pickle Queen, take vitamin D and magnesium. Well, good. That's a good place to start. Make sure you take your vitamin D with fat to increase absorption. So the masterclass is free as well. Next, a lot of you have been asking for a while about a lion's mane supplement. I finally released it. It's called Roar Lion's Mane, and it's got 10 medicinal mushrooms in it. It's got lion's mane, cordyceps, reishi, shiitake, maitake, turkey tail, chaga. It's got a ton of great mushrooms in it. Excuse me, it's third-party tested. When you get a good high-quality supplement, you want to look for third-party tested. It means that an independent company has tested to make sure that the label matches the contents. That's really important. Supplements are not regulated or tested by the FDA, which I think is a good thing. But this means that some supplement companies don't put the right things in their supplements. They say it's got X, Y, Z dose, but it has something different. This one is third-party tested, and a variety of supplements have this certification. So you want to look for that third-party tested. So it's got that. It's GMP certified. It's gluten-free. It's made in the United States. Comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee. If you want to try lion's mane supplements, if you want to see the benefit to your sleep, to your dreams, to your brain health, to energy, lion's mane increases ATP, which is energy. Give it a try. 90-day money-back guarantee. You got nothing to lose. This is my supplement. It's my supplement company. If you don't like it, I will happily refund your money. And it's worth a try, especially if you've been wanting a lion's mane supplement. And so I went to 33 different supplement companies. This is the best quality supplement I could find at the best price. It's really great. And I'm offering this at a price that I'm not going to keep it at for very long, because I wanted to give you all just a really great price for the holidays. So I got you 4 bottles for $59. That's $14 a bottle, which is a crazy good price. And then I got 8 bottles for $98. Each bottle is a 30-day supply, 2 pills per day. So 60 pills per bottle. So 8 bottles, $98. That's $12 a bottle. That's such a good price. I can't even tell you in the supplement world. And so if you're considering lion's mane at all, give this a try. If you're already taking lion's mane, I invite you to get my supplement, see which one you like better. Seriously. If you don't like mine better, no hard feelings. Ask for your money back. I'm happy to send it to you. But I want you to try this. It's really, really, really good. And it's an incredibly good price. So that's just a win. So any questions about Roar Lion's Mane? Thank you, Tiger Fucking Queen. I think it is. What is lion's mane for? Lion's mane protects the brain from neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's disease. It improves memory. It increases the ability to grow new brain cells. Also helps improve the immune system. Lion's mane is great. I have a bunch of videos on lion's mane if you want to watch that as well. Okay, where do we order it? Jackie, the link that Karina has posted. Ordered yesterday. Excited to try. Awesome. Eat walnuts and almonds every day. Awesome, Pickle Juice Queen. How long to feel the difference? I noticed the difference as soon as I took it that night. So the first thing you'll notice is your sleep. Thank you, Karina. Lioness. The lioness, Karina. So how do you feel the difference? When you take a good lion's mane supplement, you will notice a difference in your sleep. Vivid dreams and your sleep quality will improve. That's what you notice first. And then other people who have brain fog notice it even more. They'll say, wow, I noticed my cognition change. And I start having better memory and so forth. I have not seen links between tinnitus and Alzheimer's disease. Okay. So that's the lion's mane. Thank you, Karina. I do take it at night. Some people, it upsets their stomach, and so I'd recommend you take it with food during the day. So this has 266 milligrams of lion's mane. And it's also got 10 other medicinal mushrooms that work synergistically for optimal brain health and optimal physical health. It's great. Cordyceps, reishi, shiitake, maitake, turkey tail, chaga, bunch of good stuff. Thank you so much, Karina. Okay, next, we got the free weight loss strategy session with Chad Tackett's certified weight loss coaches. So this in the link tree, this is Chad Tackett free weight loss roadmap. So Chad Tackett has been in the weight loss industry for 27, 28 years. He's helped tens of thousands of people. Literally, he's one of the first people on the internet helping people with sustainable weight loss. He has had one refund in 27 years, and that was because the person was a pain in the butt. He didn't want to work with him. People don't ask for a refund when they work with Chad Tackett. Why? Because they lose the weight and they keep it off. His stuff works. And so if you are tired of diets that don't work or that aren't sustainable or crazy weight loss programs that don't work, if you're committed to losing the weight and keeping it off, and that's serious for you, that's real for you, please apply for a free weight loss roadmap with Chad Tackett. You'll get a free, first of all, you'll enter your information, how much weight you want to lose, why you want to lose it, what foods you like. Then they'll create a free roadmap, which is your pathway to success. And then they'll go over it with you with a free, a certified weight loss coach. This is not for everyone. This is only by application. He has 16 slots available per week. At least that's what he did have. I don't know if there's any spots left, but click that link and apply. Maybe a spot's open. I don't know. But if you're committed to sustainable weight loss done in the right way with one of the world's leading experts, that's the place to do it. And the call is free. And then if you want to work with Chad's team to get those results, you can. You don't have to. So that's a great resource. Next is my Alzheimer's disease study, the 5-minute Alzheimer's disease study. After this, there's 197 of you on here. I'm guessing maybe 50 of you have taken the study. If you would please just take 5 minutes and click that research study after we're done in my link tree, those results I'm using to help understand some of the risk factors for Alzheimer's disease. That would be super helpful. I'm sorry, where's the link? It's below my profile, and the lovely Karina, the lioness, has just pasted it right there. Thank you, Karina. You effing rock. Next is morning man greens. If there's a masculine man in your life and you don't know what to get him, and he's healthy or he wants to be healthy, this is great. This is like athletic greens. Athletic greens, or AG1, is like 50 different superfoods, and it's about $100 a month. This is the same price. Now, this is a little bit different. It's got caffeine in it, so it replaces morning coffee. And because you're getting it through me, you get a nice discount. So when you subscribe, it knocks the price down from $100 to $77, and then I have a 15% discount, and so that knocks it down to $63. So $2 a serving. So $63 a month versus $100 a month. I take this most days. I like it in my smoothie. If you have kids, if I had kids, I would totally give them this. Why? Because it tastes really good. It tastes so damn good. If you have athletic greens, please buy this and try it. Comes with a 365-day money-back guarantee. 365 days. You can buy this, eat this all in 1 month. 12 months later, you can say, hey, I want my money back. They have a crazy guarantee. And they're doing this because they want you to try it because it's so good. You'll notice the difference. You'll feel the difference. Especially if you have children, you have trouble having them eat their greens, eat their healthy stuff, or if they don't like their smoothies. This plus blueberries in a smoothie with some almond milk, killer. All kinds of healthy stuff in it. It's got 50 different superfoods. It's very similar to AG1. It does have how much caffeine? 100 milligrams of caffeine. So it's like a cup of coffee. The caffeine I left downstairs, my dad takes that in the morning. I take this in the afternoon or in my smoothie. This is the decaf version. They both taste great. So if you're interested in Athletic Greens, give this a try. Please subscribe because it saves you money. And then my code is love15. If you click the link for Athletic Greens for Morning Man, that'll save you 15% off. And it's delicious. I had some today. It does break a fast. It's got like 50 calories, but it's really great. Good morning from London. Welcome. Great to have you here. Next, this is a lion's mane chocolate powder. This is really delicious. I love this in hot chocolate. Here are the ingredients. Let me read this to you. Organic cacao powder, organic lion's mane, organic reishi, organic chaga, organic cordyceps, organic L-theanine, organic ashwagandha, organic maca, organic Ceylon cinnamon, organic curcumin, pink Himalayan sea salt, stevia, black pepper. Amazing. All kinds of healthy stuff in here. This is $50. When you subscribe, it knocks it down to 40. When you use my code, it knocks it down to 33. Basically $1.10 a day, $1.10 a serving. This improves my productivity. This is a coffee replacement. This is called the Lion's Mane coffee replacement, 15% off for life. When you subscribe, you get 15% off forever. Same deal with this. So you get a great price locked in. This is so cool. Do they ship internationally? I don't know. My Peru. Canada and Mexico, yes. Overseas, I don't know. You might want to call them or send them an email and ask how to do that. I don't know. It wouldn't make sense to send this to you every month. It would make much more sense to send you a big box. Post these so we can save them. Yes, these are all under my link tree, Con. Or Angela, these are mine came today. Awesome. Did you try it? Angela, did you try this? How was it? I gotta know. Caffeine's great for the brain. It increases dopamine efficiency. I like to take a couple days off, and so I'll do caffeine a couple days, and then I'll do this. Angela, you loved it. Well, can you say more? How did you feel? Like, did you like the taste? Did you notice a difference in your brain? I noticed it right away. I had this. I like it with MCT oil, so I blend this with MCT oil, and that's it. And I like warm almond milk. It's got a hot chocolate taste to it. I noticed it right away. I noticed a feeling in my brain. It was super cool. Con, I don't know the sports research brand. All right, Angela, Roar, you like Taste Good. Awesome. Can we pay with PayPal? Not for my supplement. These other ones, I don't know. See what their checkout is. Tracy McLady, do I have a message for you? You have a baby in there. I don't know. Is this a message for you? I don't know what you're referring to. Okay, so this is really great. They got a great guarantee as well. Thank you, Karina. Super good. Yes, with the pendant. Awesome. So yeah, check out their Harmony pendant. So this is really good. Lock in that discount. Seriously, this increases my productivity so much. I don't know what else to tell you. Yes, you made it with the MCT oil. Awesome. I've studied the endocannabinoid system the smallest little bit. Okay, next, my YouTube. Please follow me on YouTube. This is going to be posted there, so you can watch this or listen to this whenever you'd like. I also post long-form content there, and some people in the United States government are trying to shut down TikTok. It'd be a really good idea if you want to stay in touch to make sure you're subscribed to me on multiple platforms. That way, if one of them goes away, we can still stay in touch. So please subscribe to that. That's under my TikTok. You can also subscribe at YouTube/Robert WB Love. What brand of MCT oil? I think I do Nature's Valley. I think that's the one. And then I don't know if we're still doing Dr. Shannon. If you have hormonal issues and you want to seek the help of a medical professional, you can talk to Dr. Shannon, and you can schedule a free consultation with her and her team. We've had her on a couple times. Anyone remember Dr. Shannon? You just joined, Sonny. What is it you would like? We've been talking about a number of things. Did you want to buy my Lion's Mane supplement or this chocolate Lion's Mane powder or the Harmony pendant? What were you looking for? Did you want the free report? What's my YouTube? Robert, just go to YouTube, search Robert WB Love. Good night, Sophie. Sonny, what is it that you wanted? The code for all the items that you wanted are Love 15, or excuse me, are they're all underneath my profile, which the lioness Karina has been posting. Thank you. Yeah, Love 15 is the coupon for all of those. Yeah, Dr. Shannon was great. Love Lavender. Love Lavender totally. I need to look up the hormone doctor. Yeah. So Angel Fit, schedule something with Dr. Shannon. You'll probably schedule it with her husband. I don't know him, but I'm assuming he's pretty good at what he does if he's married to Dr. Shannon. So they collaborate there. Next is my Patreon. If you'd like to sponsor the show financially, that would be great. You can be a Patreon patron for just $3.33 a month. And it goes up from there. And I share with you where I get my aniracetam. So if you want aniracetam and you're having trouble finding it, I share it with that small group of people because I want to make sure they all can get it. Victoria, you're live on the chat. I see you. Victoria on YouTube. All right. Yes. Awesome, Dr. Shannon. So Val, I'm not answering questions right now. I'm just going over some of the resources in my link tree. All right. And then lastly is the long haul virus free masterclass. So some of you have had the virus and have had trouble recovering. I recommend hyperbaric oxygen therapy. Really, really good for the brain. And then the long haul virus is the free masterclass from Dr. Linnell King. And it's how to heal your brain. And you can sign up for that. He's not offering it right now, but you'll be notified when he does. And then you can watch that for free. So those are all the resources. The products I mentioned, those you have to pay for. The information, all that's free, and the lives are free. So yeah, so that's what I got. Any questions about any of that before we go? What's the best supplement for a healthy brain? I would say lion's mane, depending on how old you are. If you're an older adult, lion's mane or curcumin. I mean, if you're deficient in magnesium, I'd say magnesium, but I don't know what I don't know how to evaluate you. Hey, Peru. Awesome. Great job subscribing. Awesome. Okay. Any other questions before we go? Best anti-inflammatory, curcumin. Or even, I'm just starting to get into black seed oil. That's got some really great benefits. I don't know what to tell you, Daisy. Try blue blockers. I'll put mine on now. These help. Oh my gosh, it's 1. How did that happen? The basketball game was lots of fun. Thank you. We had a great time. Best supplements for depression, exercise and sleep. Yes, Callie. So to do the free shipping, I had to do 4. That was the only way to do it. Otherwise, I'd have to have a link for 1, and it would cost. If you want to do 1, it'd be $20 plus $10 shipping. That's not fun. I'd much rather sell you 4 and give you free shipping. Like if you want to try it, get the 4. If you don't like it, I'll refund you. I got no problem doing that. You'll like it for sure. Who are you? I'm Robert Love. I'm a neuroscientist. I specialize in helping people prevent Alzheimer's disease with science. This is the Lion's Den. This is where we come and meet and support each other and share information about health, wellness, and neuroscience and how to have a healthier brain. Welcome. Just subscribe to YouTube. Awesome. Roar to you, Jackie. Okay. Time zone. I'm in Eastern. Taking omega-3, B complex, and probiotics for years. Awesome. Good job. Hearts to you, Daisy. I got a bunch of lines here. Advice for improving speaking other languages. No, I got nothing on that right now. Opinions on acid reflux. Yeah, try going low carb. See if that helps. Like clean up the diet. Get rid of the packaged sugars. All right. That is all I got for you. Y'all are awesome. This was a really fun live. I don't know how we did it. And this is on 3. We've been on 3 hours. Who's the longest it's been on? Is it Karina? Have you been on 3 hours? Who's been on the longest? Love Lavender. I know you came in late. I'd just like to know what's the longest people have been on here before I take off. Karina, when did you get on? How long have you been on? Daisy 1000X. How long have you been here? Good night, Callie. Rhino is 3 hours. Goodness gracious. That's awesome. Good night. I seriously say thank you, Colorful Gem. What's your name? Daisy's been on 30 minutes. Karina started at 8 p.m. Yeah, so I'm Eastern as well. Lizzie, thank you for being here. Supplements to improve memory, lion's mane, curcumin, aniracetam. Kika LaRue has been here 20 seconds. Okay, so you win the shortest, and Karina wins the longest for 3 hours. Awesome. This has been just fantastic. Phoenix has been here over 2 hours. You rock. I love being here with y'all. This is just a great environment. Thank you, Nancy. Thanks for being here for 3 hours. If you're new, if you just arrived, or if you're new, please put your name in. I'd love to say hello. Thanks for dropping into the Lion's Mane. We do this most weekday nights, and we get together and support and love each other and share information about science. These are blue blocking glasses. Oh, by the way, I'll share these brands with you. This is my favorite brand of fish oil. This is Pure Omegas. We kind of sold out Amazon on this. Hi, Joel. Welcome. Hi from Texas. Positive vibes. Absolutely. I like this one. I don't know if they still have this. Ripe Glow. Can you order Lion's Mane on Costco? I don't think so. I have a great Lion's Mane supplement underneath my profile, and it's got a crazy good price. Like, you're going to have trouble beating the price and definitely the quality. I believe this is probably the highest quality Lion's Mane supplement you can get at anything close to that price. Seriously. And it comes with a money back guarantee. If you don't like it, happy to send you a refund. So that's my fish oil that I like. I'm not sponsored by these companies. I've been showing people this. I've been using this to clean out my nose when I've been exposed to people who are sick. It's been super helpful. That video actually got banned for a little bit, and then it got freed up, and then it got a ton of views and a ton of comments. So you can either use iodine or hydrogen peroxide to clean out your nose. And I think the NIH, the National Institute of Health, published that on their website, saying that's an effective way to reduce exposure to viruses, is to clean out your nose with diluted iodine or hydrogen peroxide. You can also gargle with it. You can kind of snort it so it goes down your nasal passage. Really helpful. And right now the flu is running rampant. And so please be careful as you go and socialize with friends and family. Yes, blue blocking is good because it helps me go to sleep. It calms me down. The lion's den's exciting. It also has created a psychological trigger. So so when I put these on, I know I'm going to bed soon. Yes, my site's secure with your information. Absolutely. Thank you for asking. Yes. Did those ship today? I don't know when you ordered. Some did ship today. I don't know if yours shipped today. Angel Fit. I'm sorry. Whole mushrooms to do sautés. They're delicious. They're great. Absolutely. Eat mushrooms. Okay. Awesome. This has been so good. And for those of you who committed to not eating sugar, yes, you're in it. Each bottle has 60 pills, 2 pills per day, 30 days per bottle. My mother did not have her surgery yet. No, it got postponed. So if you've committed to giving up sugar and doing those steps, I'm with you. Take some action tonight, tomorrow, and come tell me about it and other evolving lines tomorrow. We're here to support you. And I'm really proud of you. Giving up sugar is one of the hardest things that I've ever done for my health because it's everywhere and it tastes so good. And our brains are wired to like it. And it's hidden in all kinds of foods. So doing this is a great thing to do for your health, for losing weight, for reducing the risk of heart disease, chronic disease, reducing inflammation, and protecting your brain from Alzheimer's disease. Great job. And great job asking great questions tonight. You rock. I love you. God bless you. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful night's sleep. All right. Victoria, any questions before we go? All right. Good night, my awesome YouTube people. I love you.